sure. Alright,
We'll get out of it.
Last time on Sanderson's Institute of Magic. The party picked up from where they left off last session and hiding out from assassins that a teacher was fighting off. Was it Amjad's pocket? Yeah, emanating from Amjad's pocket was a glowing light, which was revealed to be my character Victoria trapped in a bottle because her mother is a dick.
Not incorrect.
So after that was dealt with, the party healed, I believe it was Hooch, who was injured, or was it Pastry?
No, it wasn't me. We healed Susan and
was injured, and
right,
Susan was also injured.
Yeah. So after getting them healed up, the party kind of split for a little bit, handling a few different things. One of them, I think it was Fox's character, found a mask that allowed him to see invisible text. Historia and Winslow went to go assist Susan with what they were dealing with. And the rest of the party kind of stuck around and tried to come up with a plan. Anyway, after all that was taken care of, somebody summoned fucking Cthulhu. Not actually Cthulhu, but I want to call him Cthulhu because it's funny.
There were a lot of weird things that were summoned last session.
last session was the summoning session. But anyway, after all that was taken care of, the group met up and then headed towards where these seemingly ancient hidden ruins were emanating from, and that's where we ended the session, with us falling into an abyss. Did I get everything?
Yes. You guys fell into, actually, the moon, and I didn't mention this last time, but the moon fractured into five pieces as you guys were falling into it.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a pretty distinct description. Some things to mention. You guys figured out a little bit about Jane Taylor, which I believe Hooch put into chat, if I don't remember correctly.
Somebody did. Scrolling up. Which 1782 London, passion for protecting children, would pass poems and stories that carried magical protections with them to the people of London. People these days now say these stories without knowing they are casting spells to protect children. Her history is murky/scrubbed. Her and her sister Anne Taylor made the poem, The Star, which the song Twinkle Twinkle Little Star is based on. And then something about Wilbur being a good name. Some of my favorite people are Wilburs.
Oh yeah, because Wilbur Thuasa is now Thomas's dad.
If that will be relevant later, it may not be the worst idea to pin it.
It wouldn't be. It would also probably be better to just create a subthread for notes.
Yeah, just like a community notes page where we all just take our notes together.
Yeah. Fox, how do you make a subthread for notes?
You don't. You fail. You die.
For notes?
Sign me up, thanks.
So you'd go to whatever folder you want to make the subthread in, and I believe if you right-click on it, it should give you a drop-down that should allow you to put another folder in there, and then you can. That's how subfolders are made.
I just see edit channel.
Are you talking about in Discord?
Yes.
Oh. Well, that's... I can just do that.
Oh.
Give me a moment.
Yeah, there's just a button that says threads, right?
Yeah.
Like the top, next to notification settings and pinned messages.
What's this one for?
Notes.
Notes.
There's
like
already...
community notes.
I think there's already one for,
Done.
There we go. You guys have a notes section.
Yay!
We have 2 note sections, guys. There's already a thread for notes. Yep.
Oh, I guess no one.
Oh, yeah.
Used
Last act 30 days ago.
Everyone forget about the notes created by Bob.
Alright, so I'll delete this one.
What's that? Okay, that's fine.
Delete thread. There we go.
Yes, the Jane Taylor stuff might come into handy later. It might not. I won't tell you what'll come up later or not. But as you guys were falling in last time, you saw the moon fracture into 5 pieces as you were consumed into pitch darkness. I don't think there's anything else to mention about last time. So with that, we'll just kick it off. As you guys are currently floating in darkness, you're all together, you're not separated, so you can see each other, but you can feel like the wind rush by you as you are very clearly falling, and you don't know where until one of the fractured pieces of the moon goes under your feet and expands into its own fractal image of the planetary body, allowing you guys to land on the surface of the moon.
Right, I'm assuming there's standard protection spells we all know for being able to survive no atmosphere and oxygen?
There are. You'll notice right away, because it would be apparent right away, that you can breathe on this version of the moon.
I don't think we're on the moon. Or there's wizards on the moon already. Are there wizards on the moon? Is that common knowledge?
One small step for man, one giant leap for wizard kind.
Yeah. Did wizards beat man to the moon? I have to ask, Doug. If we've been here before, then I shouldn't be surprised.
I think there was this one anti-separation thing that went horribly wrong like once.
You would know wizards have... So, it's an interesting conundrum here. Because wizards deal so much with pocket dimensions and liminal spaces that most of the time you would have recognized that some of the time when people are like, oh yeah, I've been to the moon, what they actually mean is I've been to a liminal space where it is somehow connected to the moon, and therefore it was like I was on the moon.
Right, so basically they created a pocket dimension that allowed them to exist on the moon without being on the moon while having an environment that wouldn't kill them instantly.
Yes, and you feel
like living in like virtual like a hyper immersive virtual reality powered by magic, basically.
Exactly, and
Got
this
it.
is something incredibly similar.
So I'm convinced that I'm basically in a magical holodeck then.
Yes, 100% yes.
So, out of curiosity,
Okay, so
this isn't actually the moon, right?
just gonna kind of look around. If it's a liminal space, are these things usually like contained within like a reasonable size, or is it like still massive? Like you could just travel through it like you could real space.
You look up, you see the space, you can see the planet, like Earth itself, like a ways away. You're on what is the surface of the moon.
Cool. I'm gonna stop and go. I haven't imploded. Oxygen. I'm gonna reach down, pick up a rock, and toss it. Does it fall at like the right speed?
It falls at the right speed.
1 gravity, we are not on the moon. Or
Wait, by right speed, do you mean like moon gravity or Earth gravity?
Yeah, I mean, the rock is fault. Yeah, what I was just like, pulses the rock and like quickly like just mouthing numbers. Yeah, that feels about like 1G. Yeah, this is not the moon. Or there's a really powerful wizard out there that has a secret base on the moon. I'm gonna go with not the moon.
Wizard
just
Neil
drop the rock.
Armstrong.
Yeah. Unless we got Wizard Armstrong out there. I'm pretty sure not the moon.
So, anyway, how did we, like, get here, and how do we get back then?
Well, we were clearly transported. The question is, have we actually left? Or are we just in a space contained within the space that we were once within?
Gonna need you to start speaking English for me there, Mumbles.
I'm saying, are we presently existing within a dimension that we otherwise would not normally be able to perceive without the aid of being wizards? While still being in the house, and that dimension is just still there, so technically we're still there? Just inside of something, like when the kid was in the jar.
Yes.
Yeah, like to him, he was in the jar, to us, we're on the moon. But the jar was in your pocket or hand or whatever.
Yes, I remember when that kid was in the jar. That kid, specifically.
Yes, exactly. Sorry, I haven't had time to learn the guy's name yet. It's been a day. Yeah, I know.
Amjad, you won't need to roll for this. If anyone
Amjad is not here.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think you guys... Oh, yeah, he said he was having some internet problems and he might join back later.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I thought you saw that. I would have mentioned it if I see the message.
In Lucky's defense, I didn't notice it either till you said something.
Oh. I was just the only one that noticed.
Okay. Amjad's unconscious.
He took a rough landing, okay?
Yeah. Fox and Hooch.
Yeah.
Or, goddammit, I should use your character name. Winslow and Demo. Please give me. You can either give me brains or grit roll. DC 5.
For what purpose?
You're noticing something.
Okay, so regular or magically
am I also rolling, or is it just them?
It's just them because the
Gotcha.
people with like good hearing in the party is Winslow
Ah.
and Nemo,
Yeah.
and then Amjad has superb hearing.
Would I be adding magic to this, or just keep it normal?
Keep it normal.
Okay.
Pastry, you were trying to say something?
It was this curiosity question, like if we had to roll for anything, if we were able to percept anything, but you explained it before I had a chance.
Oh god.
I got a 14.
That is enough. Somewhere far away, both of you guys can hear almost 4, maybe 5, what sounds like tiny steps scampering through the moon, or like around the moon.
Tiny what?
You can hear a larger set of steps coming toward you guys.
Do they sound like familiar large steps, aka the Susan?
No. These ones specifically, sort of sound like stone hitting rock. So stone hitting stone.
Kind of shifty out a little bit, looking that direction. Ears kind of perking that way.
You okay?
Sounds like rock on rock. Something's approaching. Sounds like golem, maybe? I think there might be a golem.
Well, we are on a giant rock, so rock on rock.
Yeah.
Yes. Technically, Earth is also a giant rock, if you really think about it.
Lots of things are.
Should we prepare for something?
Well, it could be a golem. Do you have any idea what else sounds like footsteps and also rock on rock at the same time? My brain goes to golem.
A gargoyle.
Somebody throwing stones.
in a timing that sounds like footsteps drawing closer. By the way, the longer we're talking about this, the closer.
Towards you guys.
Yeah, can we see anybody?
As you look over in the direction, you make out the figure of what looks like a woman, with rather ancient clothing, and a unique earpiece of a crescent moon, completely made of marble. A few of you. Is there anyone in the party who's like more artsy and has been to museums?
Probably not during her childhood, but maybe her teacher brought her. Maybe Historia's teacher brought her to a few.
Okay. Orpheus would know this. Maybe Historia would. But the visage of this woman looks like some of the sculptures that you have seen of the goddess Selene. Selena? Pretty sure Selene.
Oh.
But fully made of marble and stone.
Celine, what mythology would that be under? Just clarification.
Selene is Roman.
Gotcha.
It's taking her a while to get towards you because you can see she's fully made of stone, so her walking pace isn't that, it's not.
Should we walk towards her and make it a little easier? Just saying, if we just stand here, it might take a little bit.
Maybe she doesn't look dangerous, think?
It's always things that don't look dangerous.
Well, I'm gonna approach her. Let's see what happens.
She obviously sees us, right?
Oh, I imagine we're on like a flat plane. There's not really much to hide behind, so yeah, I'd imagine she sees us.
Yeah, well, I guess at this point, if we see her, she sees us, we know we see each other, just stand there, calmly wave with one hand.
Now, here's a question I don't know if any of you guys have thought about. Which of your characters are good looking?
I don't know.
Orpheus is barely good looking, but in an unnerving kind of way. That makes sense.
I imagine Rose is confident enough to consider herself conventionally attractive.
I would say Winslow has to avoid furry conventions under risk of death, but I mean, I think at this point for him, it just boils down to being rabbits.
Yes.
Charm is her second highest stat. Is Historia's second highest stat, so I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what we're going on, my charm is a D8. So I would guess I'm at least a decent-looking rabbit, even if you're not into rabbits. I don't know. You look at him and you tell me. Is he a sexy bun?
I would assume Dima looks fine.
Okay. She will look at the gathering of young students that are coming towards her as she talks. Oh, aren't you all adorable? May I ask what you're doing here?
I don't know.
With all due respect, we're not entirely sure.
Read a poem on a wall. This happened. Kind of concerned about Susan now. I'm gonna just pull my phone out and see if I have signal. I'm going to assume the answer is already no, but never hurts to check.
100% no.
So,
yeah,
I guess I'll ask the question that I'm thinking. Are you, actually Selene, or just, a weird metaphysical vision of her?
Oh, so you know my story. So obviously you guys have brought some sort of, offering or sacrifice, right? After I'm the goddess of the moon.
And we didn't really plan to end up here, so unfortunately, no.
Oh. Well, that's a shame. I don't
Yeah.
normally take visitors without any offering in tow. Are you sure you have nothing?
Checking her, like, bag, does she find anything in there that, like, might be considered a good offering? And at this point, I'm going to spend one adversity token to use Treasure Hunter and find a mundane but useful item in my bag.
Ooh.
All of a sudden happy I took that one.
Yeah. You find, and you have no idea where it came from, but you find a rather brilliant looking golden hair clasp in the same sort of lunar style that her current headpiece is.
Well, it's just overly perfect. Well, I can offer you this. She kind of, like, extends her hands out to, like, deliver the gift to the goddess.
That is a perfect offering. I'm so glad that I don't have to put any of you in a coma.
Yeah, so are we.
Now, you guys said that you were here mistakenly, right?
Yeah.
Could
Yep.
you probably be the reason that I now find myself sort of encased in marble?
I'm unsure if that is our doing. All that I know is that we fell through a floor and ended up in the moon. Or at least this plane that looks like the moon.
She'll look out the words, and after puzzling them over for a small while, she'll reply that. So you guys were traveling in a moongate?
We were in a house that was getting attacked by a bunch of assholes.
Assassins.
What's the difference? My lawyer was outside fighting them off. A fellow teacher from the school was helping. We were helping as we could from inside the house, and then this one, pointing at Demo, finds a mask that alerts them to writing on the wall that resembles a poem. And then we found a little back room and figured out that maybe we should read it together, and we did, and now we're here. That's pretty much the last 30 minutes, half hour of our lives. Earth time.
The mask should still be on Demo.
Yeah, that's the mask.
Oh, what a rather creepy looking mask.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Yeah, same.
He won't take it off, though.
I think then that what occurred was you traveled through a moon portal, and it probably shattered while you guys were going through it.
Well, the moon did appear to be in 5 pieces on the way in.
Oh, so there are 5 pieces of your portal you need to retrieve.
Wait, what?
Oh, goody, a quest.
How on the moon are we supposed to do that?
Well, it stands to reason that one of the pieces of your portal would be on my moon. Though, I don't really know where. Can you guys give me a... The fuck would be inside of this? Brains roll. DC... Let's see. DC 8.
Can I argue for a grit roll?
How?
Well, I have no idea. I just have a D4 in brains.
I am allowing you to argue for it, but you are not applying any argument.
Okay, let me think. Grit is like, okay, so brains is like book smarts, grit is like conventional intelligence, right?
Brains is book smart, grit is more like how well your like how hardy your character is.
Okay.
sometimes it can be used for, like, more rough and tumble street stuff as well.
Yeah, I can't really think of a way to use grit for this then.
Okay,
I thought grit was like street smarts, that sort of thing.
If that's the case, this is still a brains roll.
Alright.
DM, would you potentially allow it to be a charm roll in this case?
Argument on why?
Like, I already failed the brains roll, I just want Orpheus to seem like he definitely understands what's going on, even though he's the only one who failed.
Okay. That would be a charm roll, and then everyone would have the ability to make a brains roll against you to see if you actually know what you're talking about.
He definitely looks very much like he doesn't know what he's talking about, but he very much tries to convey it. He has a 20 in charms, by the way. This is just embarrassing.
Oof.
To roll against your charm, I rolled a 6 on that, brains.
Yeah, you know he definitely has zero clue what the hell is going on. He's just here for the vibe.
So, Orpheus, you are sweating profusely, not being able to pick up on something, and probably still curious about if those snakes are doing okay. And Historia, you are too busy noticing Orpheus sweating profusely to notice that she is fully lying to you about not knowing where the moon shard is. But, I believe Winslow and Timo both notice that she is lying about the moon shard. So
wait, was I supposed to roll brains a second time to, like, see if I knew if she was lying?
So we know where the moon shard has landed.
You rolled a 1 for one of your brains, and you rolled a 6 for your other brain.
Yeah, I rolled a 1 on the first one you asked about, like, to know where the moon shard landed, and then I rolled again to see if I knew that Orpheus was lying.
No, that first brains roll is to see if you notice if she's lying, and the second one's to notice to see if Orpheus is lying.
Oh, okay.
So you made.
I'll make a second one then. Alright, so my second one's an 8, so I hit the DC both times.
Yeah.
I'm just not paying attention. If anything, if anybody's lying about if they know something or not, it's more just like, okay, don't listen to them then. Just mental note, silently taking it.
Yeah. Both Demo and Winslow notice that Celine's lying about not knowing where it is.
Right, could I, based upon what I've seen, maybe make some back-of-the-napkin calculations to kind of guess where it should have landed? I mean, I understand physics.
Diligent in studying your space stuff.
Yeah.
That would allow you to be able to try and calculate on where this should have landed.
Yep, and since we are in a magical place, I do have to add the magic thingy to it. And I've got a 1 in space, so I don't get any bonuses for that, do I? Or do I get a +1 when I'm doing space stuff from that? How's that work?
You have 1 mark in space.
Yeah.
The marks will allow you to get trained in, studied in, and master of eventually.
Okay.
But I think it's like a 2, 5, and
Alright then.
8.
Well, there's the roll then with no extra bonuses. That's a 30-20.
Oh, yeah, that works. Again, I was going to give you the DC. But yeah, that fully beats it. You know for a fact that the moon shard would have landed probably with the sovereign of this moon, which would 100% be the goddess of the moon in front of you. Normally when portions of divinities or like portions of symbolism shatter and you're brought into one of these pocket realms, if a portion needs to go somewhere, it tries to go towards the seat of power, and she would be the seat of power in this, what you are now recognizing to be myth. You are currently inside of a myth right now.
So she is the shard.
She has the shard. She is not the shard itself.
Right. I'm just gonna kind of be like thinking about it, like eyebrows quirking, where everybody's like pretending they know what they're talking about. So I'm just kind of like with my stick, like in the dirt, just kind of like scribbling out like just some basic sketches of like how this went down, some equations, a little bit of arcane theory, and then I stop and I just look straight up, stare right at the woman, and my head just kind of tilts right to the side. Look back down at the work, back to her. Yeah. And I'm just gonna have that moment where I just expect other people to get what?
Y'all see Winslow doing this.
Yeah, and I'm just expecting everybody around me to just get it. I'm having that reverse Dunning-Kruger moment.
Can I see if I get it?
Yeah, you can. I mean, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
So
It's just, no, I just proved it with math. That's just basically Winslow.
So
based on my previous rolls, I think Orpheus would need to roll something for that to be justified.
Yeah, I think the only two people that need a roll for this are Historia and Orpheus. Emo automatically. Do you want to try to fail so you can get an adversity token?
can I argue
Fair
for
enough,
charm
yeah.
since I'm reading facial expressions and not like anything? Since I'm more reading facial expressions and reactions.
Oh, you're trying to incite me to realize that I just whatever I wrote down proves she's full of shit. Is that what you're going for? I'm on board with them doing that because I think it's obvious.
Demo can roll a DC 2 brains roll.
I can't fail this because I have a +2, but let's see what happens.
No, I was gonna go 1, 1, 1.
I would have gotten a 3.
Orpheus can roll a DC 10 brains roll just because you're busy sweating bullets. And Historia wants to read. Okay, I'll allow Historia if you're trying to read facial expressions and stuff like that to go off of a grit roll. DC 10.
Oh, grit roll. Okay.
Yeah.
In the
Because
meantime,
facial expressions is something you would have had to learn to keep note of when you were on the street. So that's something you can use your grit stat for.
That's a 6. Do I add any modifiers to that roll, or did I forget?
Give me a second to pull up your.
Isn't there the common sense roll?
Yeah, you can also add your common sense die to that.
I didn't add that because I don't think that's an option when you roll. Mine's a D6, right? Because I grew up in the human world.
Yeah, and then Orpheus got a 5.
I got a 10.
I got a 7. I got a 7 total.
Orpheus rolled common sense though.
I don't know.
I mean, for the same reason, I guess.
Did you grow up in the magical or the human world?
Human.
What would I do if I grew up in both? Because I walk the line.
You said you grew up in the magical world. You get a D6 for your magic and D4 for your common sense.
Yeah, so I fail regardless. I don't roll well on roll 20.
Orpheus, I'll allow you to keep that roll if you can give me a viable reason for common sense helping you there.
While they're figuring this out, Winslow's pulling up, having a moment where he stops, freezes, pulls his phone out, takes a picture of the thing that he wrote in the stand, and then takes a picture of her and puts the phone back in his pocket. Like,
What would be a viable option for the common sense?
You have to explain some way that you're using common sense to help you here.
I would say in his past he has handled a lot of dangerous animals. To that split second to read what people's intentions are would be heightened to the point where he can quickly look at what Winslow's doing and detect what's going on.
And it does help that Winslow's face is more animal-like.
Exactly.
Than human-like. Yeah, sure. That's a viable reason for common sense.
I think I'm going to switch to Avery
Yeah,
for the rest of this session.
I think I have the perfect description of Winslow's face right now in the Roll20 chat.
Yeah, so Demo, Winslow, and Orpheus, you all, well, Winslow, because he's cluing you guys in, know that Celine is currently holding the shard.
The thing I gave her as an offering was the shard.
Probably not. Well, you wouldn't know that, but, you wouldn't know.
I'm asking out of character.
No, it was.
Okay.
Can I see if I see the shard on her?
How are you gonna try?
So, anyone want to clue me in? All the weird
I would
faces?
like the mask to try to perceive anything that's hidden.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're still wearing the mask. Again,
Your glasses
roll
still
necessary. You see that her entire marble casing around her is glowing with the same sort of Fey energy you saw before, and it does not permeate deeper than the marble casing. So you can tell that the marble around her is a shell. There is an actual person beneath it, and she's just moving like it's no problem for her.
So she's wearing it.
Essentially.
Like armor. It's like a big Zentai suit of rock.
Okay,
Go.
I feel like you guys all know something that I don't.
Basically, I think she's wearing it like a Zentai suit.
Oh, what am I wearing?
The shard. All that marble around you, you underneath it. I mean, look, I just...
That is part of the reason for this marble casing.
Unintentionally, apparently.
A bit
Although the math doesn't check out. What was that?
It is making it a bit harder to move, so I would be willing to part with it if you were to do just a little specific thing for me.
Depends on the thing.
Oh, it's rather easy. She would produce a small vial of a potion. It is a almost celestial looking potion, as if the liquid inside it contains all of the stars of the cosmos. Demo, you'll have noticed this potion somewhere. You would have seen this potion before behind Professor Black. It is an eternal sleep potion. If one of you were to just go down that little moon bridge and give this to the brilliant shepherd who is herding his sheep, I would be very grateful and willing to give you this shard, which seems to be coating my skin.
Can I ask why you want the shepherd to sleep forever?
I don't know what that does.
Well, I made a deal with Zeus for it.
For the shepherd to sleep forever?
Or, sorry, Jupiter. Yes.
Why does Jupiter want the shepherd to sleep forever?
No, I want the shepherd to sleep forever, and I made a deal with Zeus to get this potion. Jupiter.
I mean, I have so many more questions. Like, you're a very powerful entity, correct?
Yes.
You could just go obliterate him, and then he would be forever gone, and not a problem for you. Because I'm assuming you want him to sleep forever because he's a problem for you? I can't imagine you just do that cruelly for the laugh.
No, you want him to sleep forever to keep him.
I'm even more confused. You said you made a deal with Zeus.
I have been correcting it to Jupiter. So she keeps saying Jupiter. Your
Okay.
DM's the one who keeps saying Zeus.
We don't think the same damn guy, just in a different culture.
Yeah.
Okay, look, does it really matter all that much? We have to get out of here, and we need the moon gate to make that happen. Which is not exactly a way we can refuse an all-powerful god, is there?
Well, yes, there is.
No.
But do you want to keep him for, like, as, like, a figurine or something?
Exactly. So it'll stop him from aging as well.
Okay.
Is he on board with this idea?
Well, that's why you have to get him to drink the potion. His consent doesn't matter here.
I feel like that would really matter a lot. I mean...
Are we
So
giving him a
those of
coffee?
you who know the figure, aka Orpheus and Historia, you would know the myth of Selene, the moon goddess, is that she put Endymion, a shepherd that she thought was very beautiful, to sleep for eternity, not letting him age, so she could have him.
So we are slipping him a coffee.
Essentially.
This is a full Roman myth. Right, yeah, this is starting to sound a lot like a hot Cosby.
To be honest.
I don't know if the reference is going to stick, but this is starting to sound like a hot Cosby.
I don't know what a hot Cosby is.
You don't want to know.
Yeah, but you don't want to know.
It really doesn't matter.
I would like you guys to put Endymion down there to sleep. It's a win-win situation for everyone but him.
So you want us to knock a guy unconscious so that you can have him all to yourself forever?
No,
Yes.
specifically we have to use the potion so he doesn't die.
Yes.
I mean, does he want this to happen for himself, though? I mean, is there not a way you could just make him immortal and ageless
Why
without
would it
taking
not
away his
care
agency?
about what mortals want?
And
Well,
there's the
there's
thing.
still an independent free-willed entity, same as yourself.
And there's the thing that you're not getting from this. Celine doesn't care.
Yeah.
She wants what she wants, and she'll get it. Whether we do it for her or not, it's going to happen.
Oh, God, so weird.
But as far as I can tell, the only way to get off of this place is with her permission. Unless you guys want to fight a god to get the moon gate back, which I'm not keen to do.
Unfortunately, while I would love to fight a god, I cannot fight things at the moment.
Oh, that is a good thing to reference. Demo, you would know. Give me a brains roll with God damn it, we don't have advantage, so I'll just lower the DC. Give me a brains roll DC 10.
Okay, I'll roll this. Let's see here. Okay, I got a 12.
Your contract stipulated, while you were within the area where the funeral was being held, since this is a new realm, and a moon gate and a different dimension, and you're in a myth, you are no longer under the binds of your contract. It would reinstate if you are to teleport back to that area, but you are no longer tied down by your contract.
If that's the case, Dima will start smiling with a creepy mask and say, I would love to kill a god.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Okay, well, other than him, and we don't listen to you right now because that's a terrible idea. So, any specific way you want this done? You want me to like spike his drink, pour it down his throat, paying attention, give it to sleep?
As you say that, I will need the other members of the party, specifically Demo, who said it out loud, to... Actually, you don't need to. She looks like she's getting mad. I don't care how you do it, but if you don't do it soon, then I'm afraid Endymion won't be the only one in a coma.
I understand. I'll get the job done. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Take a...
That's fine. We'll do it.
You know, I just had a thought.
Winslow, whatever you're about to say, don't say it.
Oh, no, it's a very simple thought. It would take no time at all on anybody's part here, not even an inconvenience at all. I'm just gonna pull up my phone and switch over to like a stopwatch and go, would you jump once for me?
The god, Demo,
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, would you
Orpheus,
just jump one
Historia.
time? I'm gonna hop myself, just to show.
Give me a charm roll. DC 15, because Demo has already pissed her off.
I'm completely, like, neutral in this entire thing at this point. So I'm gonna have to explode.
Yep.
And I probably can't add magic to it unless... I don't know, I could probably, make myself look a little bit more convincing, right? But also with that rabbit cuteness. But you can't get mad at a bunny.
I will say there is something you guys can use to help you here. It's something all of you guys have.
What's that?
I'm not going to remind you of your abilities.
Innocence.
We all have that.
Oh, there is innocence.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have 2 adversity tokens, though.
I have 8.
I used to have 1, now I have 6.
I have a 9.
Alright, what are innocence? I don't think that was ever explained to me.
Innocence is an ability that all undergraduates, first-year students have. It is, since you guys are kids, you can use 2 adversity tokens to smooth stuff over with adults.
Alright, yeah, I'll spend 2 adversity tokens and do that.
Okay, that brought Winslow's charm roll down to a 10.
Hey.
Unfortunately, Winslow still has a 9.
Yeah, she's giving me that look like I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to be like, that's just going to make math a lot harder. More assumptions, never good.
Can I
And I'm just going to start scribbling over this on a different... What I'm trying to do is...
spend an adversity token to help Winslow.
Yeah, what I'm trying to do here, if you want to know, is I want to figure out her weight and mass, because I know it's like 1G here, so I got an idea of that we're basically obeying pretty much the same space-time that I'd be used to on Earth, so figure out her weight. Maybe I could, with the magic glasses, discern the density of the marble and just warp her out from it, and then we just have it, and then she's free, and nobody has to get combed.
And then we have an angry god.
Yeah, in that case, haven't we angered the god because she...
No, then we just go talk to the dude and be like, hey, this person fancies you, but they want to put you in a coma and keep you forever.
The thing is, she doesn't, as far as I can tell, she doesn't actually care to, she doesn't actually care that it's weighing her down that much. I mean, she lied to us about it being around her. She knew full well where it was.
Yeah, alternatively,
Okay.
I could try to figure out exactly where we are relative in space-time and just shortcut us out. But
Lucky.
that's
From a purely mythological point of view.
I'm gonna step in.
In mythology, have you ever read what happens when you steal something from the gods?
Anyways, Lucky. So what I'm gonna do is,
I
would argue that Demo's eyes, including his father, they're very striking and fairly mysterious, like something that would distract her. So he's going to take the mask off to see if I can just give Hooch 1 adversity token.
Yeah.
Look at that. Hooch made it.
Yeah, still won't get me enough to be able to pull it off, but...
It was a 10, right? You just needed a 10.
I just needed a 10. You said I needed a 15 to...
I spent 2 adversity tokens to use innocence and calm her down from the casual murder threat.
Yeah. I don't see what this is going to help, but fine. She does jump for you.
Cool, get the speed of that and be like, okay, that should help now that I got some numbers to work with. Now, I've got a theory here, but I might be able to just warp you out from the marble.
I can just break it off of myself. Please go procure my husband for me.
Winslow, the problem isn't that she's in the marble and she can't get it off. The problem is she's not going to give it to us until we
I'm
give
gonna
her.
take the potion.
You understand that I have serious
what?
ethical issues about that, right?
I don't care about your ethical issues. It's a matter of our lives versus his.
I'm just taking the
Oh.
potion at this
Just try to
point.
get us-
I hate to say, I don't agree with Historia.
Yeah, you guys see Demo grab the potion, and are you walking down to where Zodemian is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You begin the march downwards.
Historia's going to go with him just to, like, I don't know. Because, like, this is kind of, like, her job, too, here, so...
Yeah.
Now she gains it from waiting.
You guys will see from the moon itself a beam of light, a beam of rainbow travel down from the moon, landing to where a young shepherd is currently sleeping, having tended to his flock all day. This boy is incredibly beautiful. You can immediately tell why Celine would be physically attracted to him. But he is just sleeping down there.
So, which one of us is doing this?
Yeah, you know I'm not having any part in this. I just can't figure out a better solution right now.
Demo has no moral compass. He'll do it.
Fine,
None of
I'll
you.
do it.
Fox did say that he was
Yeah.
going to do it.
Yeah.
So, Demo, please give me a flight roll DC 10.
Flight roll DC 10. Wait, what's my flight dice? Ooh. I got a 9. So I'm going to use an adversity token.
Okay. You use an adversity token. You manage to move across the glade to Endymion, not waking him from his slumber, and it's rather easy for you to just tip the contents of the potion into his mouth, turning his rest into a permanent matter. As you send Endymion into the hands of Celine.
Do we have to carry him back?
She said all you had to do was slip him the sleeping potion.
If she needs us to bring him back, we can just walk back and grab him then.
Okay.
Come on. We have to report our success.
Yes, let us.
As you guys make it back up to the goddess, you will see truly a cruel smile form on her face. What a wonderful outcome this is. She will snap her fingers and have the marble casing float off of her, forming into a fragment of what looks like almost a picture of the moon that she will hand to you guys.
Historia will accept the pearl thing. Gift. I don't know what to call it. It doesn't really feel like a gift.
On the acceptance of the gift, you will see the scenery around you begin to shatter and fracture as you guys are sent into the same darkness and void that you were falling through before, as another bit of the moon door goes beneath you guys and forms another floor, landing you on another moon. This moon is slightly... For some reason, like, this moon is a bit colder than the last one. With less oxygen than was there before, as if the myth itself is taking on the altitude at which you guys are without the extremeness of space. Sort of like you guys were at the top of the Himalayan mountains. The world below you looks far more like a flat plane, so it seems as if you guys are closer to the Earth. And you can see that the entire thing is flooded.
Wait. Can I roll a brains check to see if I remember this from other mythologies as well?
Yes, you may.
But it's a 6.
You don't know any of... Like, there are a few mythologies around the moon and flooding, but I don't think the setup looks very familiar to you.
Can I try too?
Yes.
Alright, and do I add common sense die to this?
No. This isn't something you could use common sense for.
No, then I don't even think I'll bother. I have a D4 in brains.
All I could say is that at the worst ones, though...
I'll roll, so if I fail, I'll get adversity tokens.
Yeah, the DC for this is 10.
Yeah, I would imagine, like, the only two things Winslow would think of would be the Judeo-Christian myth of the biblical flood and the Archeon Eon, like, that was when the Earth was just a water world, like, 2 to 4 billion years ago.
Can I also roll to get
neither of those have anything to do with the moon.
Can I also roll to get an adversity token?
No, you wouldn't know of any of these myths.
Damn it.
You were the one who chose to be a wild child in the forest. It comes with consequences. None of you guys know of this myth. But on the surface of the moon, you can see, not a house, made of crude materials with a thatched roof. A few of you, Orpheus and Historia again, you might be able to place this architecturally as something from, like, ancient Africa.
With that knowledge in mind of the architecture, can I try rolling again?
No.
Okay. Well, I can't say I know what any of this is, but...
No, the surroundings scream the Himalaya, but that house screams Africa. Oh. Should we check it out?
Well, I don't really know what we can do.
I say we investigate the house. There might be some answers in there.
Doesn't appear to be anything else around here to look at.
True. Maybe someone lives there.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I just hope we don't have to stab any more innocent people in the back to get out of here.
And Orpheus is going to approach the house and...
I offered to stab the god in the front. Everyone else didn't take it.
Wait, Orpheus is going to the house?
Yeah, going to the house, knocking on the door, see if anyone responds.
You will see a beautiful, dark-skinned woman open the door. She has freckles which almost look like dewdrops that have been plastered on her skin. She has a large, dark afro, which looks almost as poofy as storm clouds, and you can see thunder crackle throughout it, and almost moonbeams shine through it. She looks like this one. This. With bright blue eyes and a tiara that looks like it's made of stars.
I don't see anything.
Discord. Oh, actually, I actually put these guys in Roll20 already, so I can pull her up from Roll20. Here we go. As she sees that a group of children have come to knock on her door, she will look at you guys. Oh, why are humans up on the moon? Were you trying to escape the flood as well?
Flood.
No, we kind of got lost.
If you wouldn't mind, would you tell me more about this flood?
Oh, well, first off, please come in. Amadia, we have guests. She will shout out into her house. As you can see, another god, blazing as brilliant as the sun. This older black gentleman has 4 arms, and his hair burns red with like the passion of the sun. There we go. Wearing tribal gear, and having like almost flames come off of his shoulders. We have yes, we made the humans. We weren't planning on making humans until a little bit later. Why are there humans existing right now?
I'm not human.
It's a little bit complicated.
Hooch, you don't see anything on Roll20?
No, it says, I have a purple ad that says shine brighter, get diamond gliding, GoPro today. I've refreshed, it doesn't go away. Try changing the map page and see if that does anything. I've already checked
you can just hit the X button.
X button where?
Isn't it in the top right-hand corner of that? I had an X
No.
button in the top right-hand corner. Okay,
I
I'll
don't.
just post stuff in Discord and in Roll20 for everyone.
No, yeah, it's, can you try, like, dragging me to a different map or something?
We should all be on the same map.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not showing me anything. Let me try getting back in the game. Yeah, I don't have an X button on this at all that I can click.
Right.
There's not full screening my browser. There's no X button anywhere.
Okay, I posted the pictures in Discord, so you can look in there if you want.
Well then. So, I guess I can try to start explaining what's going on here. I don't suppose either one of you know what a moon door is?
You guys must be traveling using a moon gate. Interesting.
Well, let's just say something went wrong and we were accidentally flung through a moon gate, and now we're traveling to different moons to find the pieces of the moon gate we traveled through so we can go back home.
I found out what the problem is. It's dynamic lighting, apparently.
Okay.
Plus, some people are saying.
That must be the thing that flew into my earring. She will take off one of her earrings, One of them looks like, again, like the stars had been contained within the earring itself. But another one almost looks slightly dulled. As you look inside, you can see almost the reflection of another moon trapped within the earring. Would this be what you guys are looking for?
We believe so.
Yes, I believe that's what it is.
Well, I'd be perfectly happy to part with it. However, could I ask you guys for a small favor?
Depends on the favor. What do you need?
You see, Amadea, her husband, will actually chime in here. We had just managed to build our house, and invited friends over. I know it's probably gonna sound silly, but one of our best friends, Flood, was invited over, and he seems to have made a mess of the place. We couldn't get him to stop, and eventually had to climb up into the sky itself. Could you manage to recede the water levels a bit down there? We were planning on making humans, but as things go on so far, we're not going to be able to.
I believe that could be done. I'm not sure exactly how we'll do it, but I'm sure we'll think of something. Do you have any idea where we could start?
Maybe if you somehow convinced Flood to stop throwing a ruckus down there, it would be beneficial. But we did try, and he does seem pretty eager. If you had a way of expelling large portions of water, that might be more helpful.
I mean, we can try convincing him.
That would be very appreciated. If you guys need some time to think about it, we were actually just about to make some food, so you can mull it over while we're making that.
I'm trying to I feel like I'm kind of half focusing right now because I'm trying to rack my brain as what myth this is because I want to just try to figure it out.
I can't find because okay, so this is an African myth.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Is this the one with the the monkey that came from Tibet and meditated to the point where the water went away, the world was flooded at the start, but then left no room for animal life, but then eventually the water evaporated
really.
little by little.
I had actually started you guys at the end of a myth here. The myth was that these two gods, the goddess of the moon and the goddess of the sun, I don't remember which tribe it comes from in Africa, which is really peeving me right now.
Is it the Mahomet potentially?
Maybe, but these two gods were married. And they had just managed to build their house and invited their good friend Flood over. And Flood, throwing a ruckus, began to do as he does and flooded everything, which caused the god and goddess to have to climb up onto the roof of their house. And then, as he kept making the water levels rise, eventually they had to ascend up into the sky, which is why the moon and the sun are up in the sky.
Okay. Alright, so Well, do any of you have any ideas? I don't really know any magic that could assist with flooding. I mean, unless you want the flood filled up with light.
She will go with her husband to make some food as he goes out to go capture some items for you guys.
I'll be right back.
I mean, we could try out working something through time, possibly. Like, shift time a little bit.
Yes. Orpheus has been taking time classes. I never got to introduce you to your time teacher, but eventually that will come. But yes, you have
Yeah,
been
he does
taking
take
time
chronomancy.
classes. You know some time magic at this point in time. I'm saying it too many times. It's losing meaning for me.
He would most likely have used the spells pretty often just to sleep in every once in a while. Like, it
Yeah.
was mainly
You
pulling
would-
time backwards.
You haven't learned stuff like that yet. The main spells you've been looking at right now is you can look at people's time. So it works sort of like a divination magic right now. Specifically, you can see what you've come to realize is their time of death. And there is some wonky stuff going on with a lot of your friends' clocks, but we'll get into that later. So you don't have, like, massive, powerful time spells, like you can rewind time to this point.
Can I add in one ability just for the hell of it, just for the comedic value?
Yes, maybe.
He is able to see the future like 5 seconds into the future, but it comes with a 7-second delay.
Sure.
So basically being 2 seconds behind every single time.
Yes. But yeah, so you guys are left to mull over this problem.
Well, at least this one isn't asking us to doom anyone to indentured servitude.
Yeah, that last one was a bit rapey.
I'm sorry, what? Well, anyway,
Well,
so, again, I'll ask, I don't suppose any of you have any magic that could get rid of a flood?
I could try blowing up the water.
I don't think that'll work, unfortunately.
I mean, I have time magic, but all I can do is prophecy and see when people are gonna die.
Isn't time magic, like, forbidden?
Yes,
Technically.
it is. And you were specifically
Technically.
told not to reference it outside of the Midsummer Court.
Well, anyway, erasing my memory, okay, memory wiped, Men in Black style. Anyway, all I can really do is make really bright things. That's about it, really.
Oh my god, I finally fixed the problem. I can see stuff now.
How much?
Sorry, that was dominating my brain. That's why I went dead silent, like I didn't exist.
I can tell.
Yeah,
So
ADHD brain hyperfocus in wrong times.
So
Like, we
unless
could
any of
maybe
you just want me to...
we could try the magic of conversation.
Could work. I guess...
Hooch, does Winslow have any ways that he might be able to reduce the water level of this world?
Let's see, reducing the water level of a planet. Okay, are the polar ice caps frozen?
No.
Freeze the polar ice caps. That'll reduce the water by a significant amount. Has tectonic activity raised up mountain ranges yet?
You don't know.
Right, need a deep planet scan. Let's try freezing the ice caps. Can we do that?
And how would we do that? Again, I use, like, light-based magic, kind of gonna get the opposite effect from me there.
Less light, less heat, water gets cold and freezes?
How do I can't take away light.
Well, then I'm out of ideas.
Can I do that? Is that a thing I
You've
can
never
do?
tried.
No, I don't really, know how my magic works. I just kind of do it, and things happen.
That is also the demo approach. Which,
I guess I could
speaking
try to
of,
make, like,
I would
a
like to
really
get
big-
away from everyone because I think I might be doing something pretty stupid.
I could try to, make, a curtain of shadows to, make things darker, but it'd take a while for things to freeze in that situation, and it would also take, a lot of time for me to make that, and a lot of energy, and I'd probably fall asleep before I
Well,
finished.
alternatively, no, the amount of
Okay.
gravity needs to do that would just destroy the planet, and that would be well beyond my ability, even if I could figure out
Yes.
the math.
I'm gonna.
Thanks for you can do that. DC 12.
Close orbit. Nope. Again, creating
Demo,
singularity.
you are easily able to walk away from the group. You just leave the house.
Okay. I would like to go down
That's
and
15.
try destroying the heat near where I am.
Destroying the heat near where you are. So you're jumping down into the water?
Yes.
Okay. You may jump down into the water and give me a fight roll. Orpheus, as you ponder this, and you're specifically sort of checking internal stuff about you as you're pondering this, because I think you've noticed a bit that your magic is even a tiny bit odd within the normal world. As you look down at the water, you sense a growing pain of hunger. Demo, give me a fight roll. DC 20.
Okay, so. Yeah, it's a 25.
As you guys are discussing this, Demo, would you like to describe what occurs as you,
I don't think any of them see it. No one would even notice Demo's gone. They would just see things get really cold and then the area he's in freeze over.
Oh, Orpheus would have left the house to go look at the water, which is why he is becoming hungry.
Oh, okay. Orpheus, you see Demo drop down. He just basically drops down as if he's doing a belly flop into the water. And then you see his arm, stretch out, turn into, basically, it almost looks like a fleshy mass, and then it seems to become transparent, slam into the water, and it doesn't seem to destroy anything in the water as much as it seems to destroy the heat in the air around the water, freezing it over.
Bloody hell.
Timo has made a large ice cap on one of the ends of this world, but it does not look. It is lowered the level of water by a tremendous amount, not by enough.
And by the way, Demo, you wouldn't have to have any snacks on you or anything, would
Demo
you?
is currently trapped in ice.
Can I do anything to help that?
Yeah. Demo, you're trapped in ice. You're not really affected by it. Orpheus, you can see him blinking at you.
Just look at him from the other side of the ice, you wouldn't have to have any snacks on you, would you?
I'll blink twice.
Winslow and Historia, you guys would have noticed the temperature drop even more. Like you can see, well, before you could see your breath in your air, your breath in the air. Now it's it's like at the point where you think your breath is almost freezing before it leaves your mouth.
Well, that probably feels good after being in a hot tropical flooded world in a tuxedo.
Yes.
Well, wise.
Can I try
No,
breaking
how
out
long
of
does it
the
take me
ice?
to notice Demo's no longer
You
in the
also
room?
heard a large bang outside.
Oh yeah, I think
Yeah.
I would have ran to go see what that was.
Yeah, I think look outside and realize Demo's not here and go, Demo.
You see Demo completely trapped within a large iceberg.
Is
On one end of the world.
Is
Well,
the
we could
iceberg
probably
on
just-
our like where we are, or is it below in the water?
It is below in the water.
We could probably just crack it and he could get loose.
Or he would shatter with the ice.
Can I roll to get out of the ice?
Yeah, I was waiting for you to do this.
Oh, that's wonderful. Give me a sec. So
Not hard.
30.
Yeah, you see Demo. Would you like to describe how you get out of this ice?
I walk through it.
You see, Demo. You see Demo start moving through the ice as if it's water, as if it's not even there, leaving almost specters of himself behind him, made of glittering, twinkling stars and supernovas, as he walks through, appearing on the other side of the ice.
Yeah, sure, that's how physics work.
So, hey guys, do any of you guys have like a chocolate bar or granola or anything?
Remember, Bartholomew might still have pizza.
Orpheus, give me a grit roll, DC 5.
Would it be a natural or would it be magical or what do you reckon?
You are not allowed to add common sense or magic die to this. It's just a straight up grit roll.
Got it.
This is sort of like a saving throw, essentially.
That's a 6.
You notice yourself be drawn to the water a little bit more, but you manage to maintain your focus on your friends.
I mean, yeah, I might have something to eat. Let me check. And again, I'd like to spend one adversity token to find a mundane but useful item, in this case, something to eat, in my bag.
You find, Orpheus, what's your favorite snack?
Probably something like extremely British, like a flapjack.
You find
Tea and chips.
flapjacks in your backpack. You find flapjacks. Wait, flapjacks are just pancakes, right?
No,
Yeah.
it's a specific chocolate bar. I'm sorry, mate.
Oh,
Flapjacks have never been pancakes.
I know flapjacks.
They are?
Like Berenstein Bears flapjack.
Yeah, flapjacks is just another name for pancakes in the United States.
I was about to say you pull out I was also wondering how that's British, but I was about to say you pull out a plate with pancakes and syrup.
I mean, that's not exactly how that's British. Just know everybody's
Historia's
food
backpack
is
isn't a backpack, it's the magic satchel, okay?
Either like a flapjack, the granola bar, or like crumpets with orange marmalade or something like extremely British to the point of...
Just pulls out a full 5-course meal.
Yes, just pull that tea.
Yeah, no, you fully pull out a 5-course meal.
Wait, do I actually?
Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah.
I don't know where I get any of this stuff either.
Your lifesaver.
Upon asking that question, you look down into your backpack and you notice a, dark inky void.
Do I notice that?
Sorry, not dark inky void. Inky is Demo's stick. Dark shadowy void.
Historia just closes her backpack and just kind of pretends she doesn't see it.
Orpheus, you fully not able to see that. Like, that's at the bottom of Historia's backpack, which...
The backpack, which I assume is just fucking massive at this point.
Yeah, but you fully pulled out... It's strange, because it's a normal-sized backpack. You've pulled out... like a full plate of fish and chips. Like, just a bunch of that. I'm trying to think of more, like, British stuff, but I can't.
Scones.
Yeah, Historia just kind of presents all of this to her and just kind of, like, shrugs. I don't know. I think it's magic.
Orpheus, please give me another grit roll, DC 7.
That's a 2.
As your friend is your new friend is pulling out these stuff from your backpack, you feel compelled to jump into the water and just start consuming it.
You'll just see him look at the water, like, intensely, bringing in his hands nervously, going a bit closer, like he's investigating
to the
it.
point where you are going to run in and start drinking it.
Alright, so Historia is going to create some, like, tassels or ropes out of light to try and stop her from jumping headfirst into a flood.
Orpheus, you are currently being stopped from drinking the water, but something in you is parched.
Salt water, isn't it?
It is. They said Flood was the one who did it. You don't know if Flood refers to a freshwater flood or a saltwater flood.
Well, I would assume a planetary flood is going to be salt water, because
you would assume that. You are currently in a myth about the moon where the planet flooded and the gods had to walk into the sky. So normal logic might not help you there.
Damn, and that's all I have.
Hey,
Can I roll a flight check to resist the ropes, is the question.
Yes.
hey,
Science and reason, not
Winslow.
God and anime.
what on earth is, like, happening to everyone here?
Look, this is outside of my wheelhouse.
What do
This
I
is-
roll?
Gloria, I will need you to either give me a brave... No, this would be a bronze roll, actually.
Okay.
And you just need to beat the 6 that Orpheus rolled.
And I add my magic dice to this one, I imagine, because I'm using magic.
Yeah. Orpheus, you can also add magic dice if you would like.
For reasons undescribed, it would make sense if it was a magic die.
Yep. I will say all of you guys notice that Orpheus's eyes at this point have went reptilian.
So that is a 9 in total.
Wait, didn't you say you grew up in the human world?
Yep.
Then wouldn't you have a d4 to your magic dice?
Yep.
Then why'd you roll a d6?
Ah, sorry. That was a mistap on my part.
Ooh, you all hear that thunder?
It's
like
been
that.
thundering all day today, so... I don't know if you mean old thunder or new thunder.
Alright, so I
Well,
got a
they just
7,
clapped.
so that's 1 shy, but I will spend 2 adversity tokens to make that a 10. Sorry, a 9. I'm dumb.
Okay.
Orpheus, just sit down. You don't want to go swimming in a flood. I thought I was supposed to be the dumb one here.
I think we should let him cook.
That seems like a pretty poor decision.
Well, yeah, but I just punched...
Yeah, bad ideas normally only work out for you.
Look, Let's find this flood guy and see if he knows what's going on, because clearly none of us do. Are the other gods around still? Like the moon one or the sun one?
Please, just for a second, just a little bit. I'm so thirsty. Please.
Probably salt water, you know?
Give me a charm roll. DC 10.
Salt water just makes you more thirsty.
That's a 3. My dice not doing well today.
You can add common sense to this one, actually.
And that was a 1d6.
Yep, that's a D6.
That is a 6.
And now it is impossible for you not to succeed.
Roll again.
But do roll that again. Let's see what you get to. Because your D6 explodes. Okay, so you got to a 12. You guys see that Orpheus grows things as you start unintentionally casting a spell as a vortex of water starts being consumed into your mouth. You are guzzling this ocean down. It takes just a second for like a noticeable difference between the height of the ocean to occur. As you guys can see Orpheus consuming gallon after gallon of water, lowering the water level of this planet.
Historia stares at this, turns to the other two, turns back, then turns back to the other two with kind of like a deadpan expression.
I told you to let him cook.
People are all so fucking weird.
You were the one who was introduced to us.
You're not the only one aware of that.
Yeah. You were the one introduced to us inside a glass bottle.
Good shot.
As the water level becomes acceptable, Orpheus, you'll know without even rolling, some innate desire within you has been partially fulfilled by this. You don't know what it is or where it's from. And it'll take a little bit more introspection to probably find it. But you think introspection is probably what got you into this situation in the first place, as you feel that parched feeling leave you.
Hey, Orpheus? What was that exactly?
I have no idea.
Well, I think you just drank the ocean. At this point, I'm done asking questions.
Is there anything I can roll to see if she's lying to me? Sorry, if he's lying to me?
Yes.
This is not another drunk bread moment, is it?
Yeah. You can roll a grit roll, if you would like. And Orpheus, you can roll a charm roll. So the way that this will work, and I'm sort of making this sort of up on the fly, Hysteria is looking for insight into Orpheus here. If Orpheus succeeds with his charm check, you can control whatever sort of narrative you want Hysteria to look into. If you fail, you will have to give Hysteria your honest reaction about what's occurring in this moment. Does that sound good?
Yep, that sounds
fine. So for reading someone's intentions, do I add my common sense die to that?
You may add your common sense die to this. Because this is something that you would have had to do a lot growing up.
Bro, I'm just not rolling well today.
Yeah, a lot of you aren't.
Would I be allowed to add my common sense die as well, considering his history as a prankster slash trying to get out of trouble.
Yes, you guys are literally matching with like pretty good stats for you, if I remember correctly.
The only thing I can figure out here is that letting nonsense take the lead seems to be working, so I'm just gonna follow.
That's an 8 versus a 9.
God damn it.
We literally rolled the exact same thing.
Yeah. So, what is your honest reaction to what's occurring, Orpheus?
You will definitely see terror in his eyes as the fangs are slowly retracting, as the green glow in his eyes is slowly fading a little bit. He is genuinely terrified, confused, scared. Pick your adjective.
Seeing that, Historia will stop pressing further and create kind of like a ball of warm light that she gives to Orpheus to help him kind of like heat up because it's still freezing out here. Can I do that with the light magic?
100% yes. And Orpheus, the miniature heat source that's provided to you feels warm, almost as if your blood isn't able to warm your body at this point in time.
I can't do much to help with the cold, but I can do that at least. And it looks like we've dealt with the water at least a little bit.
The water has fully been rectified. You guys can see the gods' old towel.
So I guess we go speak with those gods about the moon door fragment.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe we don't add in how we did it.
Well, you're the one who figured it out, so as far as I'm concerned, you're free to share as much as you want to share.
Demo helped.
Yeah, Demo helped, that's true. Demo, you can tell them what happened, right?
What? Yeah, sure.
Exactly, perfect, thank you.
Well, anyway. Come on, let's go find those gods. I want to get home soon so I can take a nap.
Okay. I guess we go find the gods?
The gods are back in their, home.
Hello.
As the moon goddess looks at you guys arrive into her abode, she'll respond, rather cheerfully. I see that you guys solved the problem of the water down there. Making ice caps for this world was definitely a smart move on your part.
We only made the one, and then Orpheus ate the rest of the water.
Demo!
I think the proper term would be drank the water, not ate.
Drank the rest of the water. Also, we never actually talked to your friend, so you might want to stop him from flooding it again.
Yes, unfortunately, if he keeps doing this, we won't be able to make those humans. But
you want I should
guys,
eat him?
You don't have to if you don't want to. I wouldn't. You did this, so I will give you guys your rewards. If you would like to take care of him, I think I have another reward that you guys might want. She will hand you guys the earring.
I can go see if I can eat him real quick.
Winslow, you were trying to talk. What'd you say?
Oh, I don't know if you guys heard me. I had to, my roommate was knocking on my door. I had to get up and see what he wanted. So anything that happened in the last 45 seconds, I completely missed it.
Oh, Demo fully didn't lie. Orpheus, what were you trying to say?
He is asking what exactly might that other reward be.
Well, I do have this. She will pull out a small vial. And this vial, looks it looks almost like a sun's solar flare has been caught within it. This is a solar flare from a sun. It's a rather rare material that you guys might be able to use. But this would be all I have to offer you guys.
Okay, I can go see if I can eat your friend.
She looks a bit disheartened by you saying I can go eat your friend, but realizing that he's going to probably flood the world again, she just sighs in resignation.
Could you not just give him a world that isn't that one that'll never develop life that he can flood to his heart's content?
Do you know how long it took just to build this world?
Is Mars over there? Like, if I look in the direction of where it should be?
No. No.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, I could help out every once in a while if it becomes a problem again.
That would be very appreciated.
Oh, it's all my pleasure, believe me, it really is.
You could throw him out into the work net and just start making comments. That's just a lot of ice.
Right. Well, anyway. What exactly is the plan here? Are we going to talk to the flood guy?
I suppose so. Try to convince him to stop.
Yeah. Okay, let's go find Flood.
Yeah.
Down near actually inside of the house, which you recognize as having belonged to these two gods, you hear a boisterous voice. Still partying.
Is he? Is he still here? Flood.
Woo! Yeah! I wonder where those two went.
Oh my god, he's still here.
Okay.
The worst dinner guest.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna mind if I kill him, right?
You can't
Can't
kill
state his
a god.
welcome, it's rude.
Huh.
But like, before we talk to him, before things turn violent, could we maybe learn from him how to make more of that? Hypothetically.
How to make more water?
Exactly my point.
Pretty simple, just turn on the faucet.
That's
No.
not the same.
That would be summoning water. They want to know how to make the water.
That water specifically.
Man, we could always convince him to the infinite task of creating the Oort cloud around every single star system in the universe.
Okay,
That'll take all of infinity. Well,
Yeah.
all of till the end of time, anyway.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Ooh, he
Well,
might be
he likes
able to
making
create
water, he
water
just makes this
infinitely
beast.
inside of you, Orpheus.
Hearing your guys' voices, you will see. I was planning on him being this already, so you will see a serpent open the door of this house, looking out at you guys. Oh, you guys aren't my friends.
You
Hey.
flood?
We're not
Yeah,
your
that's my
friends
name.
yet.
Now, let's all just not ask so many questions off the bat.
Last everything I need to know, he is flood.
And mine was a statement. We're not his friends yet.
Yeah, and then I'm just gonna step
Just
suddenly off the
stepping-
leaf.
Orpheus is just stepping right up to the serpent, being like, "Yay, new friend." Like, he
Okay.
seemed entirely more confident the second you discovered that it was a serpent and not a person.
Okay then, well. Anyway. Hi there, my name's Historia, you're Flood, right? I've heard so many amazing things about you.
Yeah, that's me.
Let me tell you, that your friends, they talk about you all the time. They just never stop talking about how great you are. You're such a great friend to them. But, if it's at all possible, someone as clearly amazing as you, I have a small request.
Yeah, sure.
So your friends, they mentioned that they really do like you and they want to have you around as much as possible, but, well, they can't do that as easily if you're going to flood things so often, you know? So I was wondering if you could find a place where you can flood more freely, possibly, but don't flood the entire world. Like, maybe flood a little bit at a time and then take it away.
Was that when they were asking me to leave, going like, no, you need to stop?
And that would check out, yes.
Probably, yeah.
Hey, I have an idea that perhaps might interest you.
Yeah, sure, what is it?
Like the others, your friends, they really love you. They do. And they want you to stop flooding Earth so much. Could you, like, possibly, maybe we could help each other if you could. And he pulls out his water bottle from the backpack. Could you maybe use some kind of magic to constantly flood this one?
There's a party
that way you can-
constantly inside that water bottle. You should go check it out.
Okay.
Like, if you could, like, constantly flood this one, like, keep it full all the time, and I'll
Pausing.
it's part of it.
Oh my god, he has
Pausing
an
this
addiction.
conversation. So, you guys will need to decide something here. There are two checks going on. The check to get him to stop partying and go somewhere else and, like, maybe more responsibly flood the world. Or the check to get him to go into Orpheus's water bottle.
Yeah, I think maybe focus on the check of making him go away, because if we make him go into Orpheus's water bottle, then this world loses a major source of water.
They have the polar ice cap, so, like, you can guess that this world is fine water-wise. This is a god of floods. He is not a god of water specifically. So you can probably deduce there are other gods of water, like a god of rivers and oceans and stuff like that. The check to get him to flood more responsibly is going to be less than the check to get him into Orpheus's water bottle.
Like, he's not trying to get him physically in there, just trying to get him to flood it every once in a while.
I don't imagine how he could flood it in between planes of existence.
Yeah, so it's not like it's none of this is a bad thing, but I will need you guys to clarify some things. So, Historia, you can either work to get him to flood the water bottle or the world responsibly. Demo, either way, you are providing help to Orpheus for the water bottle, right?
Yes.
And
thank you.
Orpheus, you're going for the water bottle.
Yeah.
So, Orpheus, you're just going to make a charm roll either way. Historia, I want you to... Are you going to help with Orpheus's check or try and get the other check through?
Seeing that she's outvoted, she just kind of dies and just goes along with it.
Okay. So, I will allow Historia to make a charm roll to bring down the DC for Orpheus. The DC for Orpheus is set at 25 right now. The DC to get them to flood responsibly is just 15.
And do I have my common sense die to this?
You can add a common sense if you make it past 15. For every point you make it past 15, you will be bringing Orpheus's check down.
Okay.
Winslow, are you going to do anything to help?
Alright, that's a 12, but I have adversity tokens to spend.
I only have like 2 adversity tokens, and I'm not sure what I could contribute here.
Okay.
I'll allow you to help Orpheus's check if you want.
Okay, what would I roll for that?
You won't have to roll anything. It's just spending adversity tokens on Orpheus.
I can give him 1 if he needs it.
Okay.
I'm going to spend all remaining... Not all remaining. I'm going to spend 7 of the adversity tokens I have. And
which brings...
that will get it down... so 3 of them get me up to the medium that I would need, and then 4 more, so the roll goes down by -4.
And you can get +1 from me if you need it.
So that's really good. So meeting the DC brings the 25 check down to 20. With 4 above that, that brings it down to a charm roll of 16. So Orpheus, I will need you to roll a charm check. You can add common sense, and this is one of the very rare times where you will also be able to add magic to this.
Okay. So that is a 15.
You said they needed a 16?
Yeah, but they haven't added their magic or common sense, which means that it's impossible.
There's no way you fail.
Yeah.
Plus 3. Plus a
19.
1.
19.
So 19.
Woo!
Okay. But you guys can help this check be over a 5 if you would like.
That's like a super success, right?
Yes.
I can only
How
afford to add
much do I
+1.
need for that to be
+1
over 5?
adversity token. It'd be just 1
I'm
adversity
spending that, I don't
You
care.
1 adversity token? You can have my adversity token for that. I already offered 1 up if it was needed, so there you go. You get a little magical oomph to do what you're doing.
Winslow provides a little bit of a magical oomph, and Orpheus, you see Flood's eyes glimmer with a sense of mischievousness as he sees your water bottle and goes, "I'll raise you one," instead of flooding it for a bit. And you will see him spin around in the air, grow smaller and smaller, and go into your water bottle, transforming your water bottle into a gourd of a rather elaborate glass gourd that you can see him slithering around in, as it seems to constantly be making water. You have a bottle of, essentially you have a decanter of endless water.
Hell yeah.
With the full powers of a god of flood inside of it.
All different kinds of hell yeah.
I can't believe you people.
He just casual takes his wig. Like it's the most normal thing to ever happen.
The water that comes from this is so pure and pristine that you can feel it invigorate you. And you will gain 1 adversity token.
Right.
Anyone who takes a swig from this bottle of water once per day will, or actually I'll do that once per session, will be able to gain 1 adversity token.
Huh. Okay, well, everything's dealt with. So, should we move on to the next plane? We still have to find 3 more of these things.
You guys have to go get the vial of solar flare that you were promised.
Yep.
Oh, right. That thing.
Yeah, really, like, I'm freezing. Absolutely freezing.
Yeah, let's go get the vial of solar flare.
As you go back up to the goddess's hut, she will thank you profusely for dealing with their problem, and give you a vial of solar flare. And because you guys now have a dear friend of theirs, she will hand Historia something for all of the diplomatic actions you've taken. This will add a +1 to any defensive spells you make.
Thank you very much.
It is a small necklace with a crescent moon that is hugging a sun. If you guys are looking to go, all you have to do is crush my earring in your hand. As soon as you guys come into contact with that reflection of the moon gate, you'll be able to go get your other pieces.
I see. We appreciate all of your help.
Yes,
Thank you very much, and you guys are always welcome back here.
I guess I crushed the earring?
As you crush the earring and come into contact with the shard, you notice the world around you again begins to fracture and shatter as you guys are sent from one moon myth to another. This time, as you are falling through the pitch blackness of this liminal space in between, the shard that appears beneath you does not expand to reveal the surface of a moon, but expands to reveal a ground of the starry sky as you guys find yourselves floating in the midnight sky with a beautiful Native American woman looking at all of you guys as she plays with the different stars in the sky, chasing them, playing hide and seek, and the like. She has long black hair and a large staff. You can't make too many of her features out. It seems like we have some guests.
Would I be able to roll a brains roll to see if I can identify the mythology?
Yes, both you and Historia can give me another brains roll, DC 10.
Is this like Northern Native American or is this Southern Native American?
That is a 10.
Can I argue for grit? Because it's more based on memory.
I'll allow it.
Don't worry, I'll still fail. I've been rolling like shit today.
I'll allow it because of pity.
Okay.
And as ultimate geeky nerdy bonus points, can I try to guess it and tell me if I'm right?
Yes, I don't remember the name for this one, so guess what's actually occurring.
Is it Hanwi from the Syx tribe?
Maybe. What'd you roll, Historia?
I got a 1.
Okay. Historia doesn't know.
At this point, it's clear. Historia only knows Roman myths.
Orpheus, you know this myth to be a Native American myth where the moon goddess is again married to the sun. But this is a more dangerous myth. The moon goddess enjoys playing with her children, the stars, during the night, and attending to them and taking care of them. And it is in the day where the sun starts to devour his own children. Is that the myth you're thinking of?
Yes, I think it was.
Okay. That is the myth you are in.
Yep, don't know this one either.
It is good to see you all here. But I must ask what such young kids are doing, in the starry night sky.
Okay, explaining it again. We accidentally fell through a moon gate. We went through 2 moons already. We need to go through 3 more to find the pieces of the moon gate that we lost so we can go back home. That's more of a summarized version. I don't want to tell the whole story for the 3rd time.
I would love to give you all a shard if we had it, but I believe my husband's actually the one who has that shard, but I wouldn't recommend going to see him.
No, that would be a bad move considering our ages, wouldn't it?
Yes. My husband is an incredibly violent man, and I warn you now, he will attack you upon seeing you.
Well, could you go to him and maybe get it for us?
I would, but I really must take care of my children, and going there is even dangerous for me.
We could look after your children while you're away.
She seems a bit uneasy. Give me a charm roll. The DC for this one's going to be high as well, 25.
That's a 16.
And Historia can also give a charm roll. You can attempt this as well.
Alright, do I add my common sense die to this, or no?
No, you cannot.
Gotcha. Oh, that's actually a 12, so that explodes, I think.
Your exploding stuff would be, you got an 11 plus 1, so...
Oh, right. I forgot I had a +1 for my stat.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a 12.
I really don't feel comfortable with that. Besides, I don't think you guys can, take care of this many kids. She looks around and you see the thousands of actually trillions of stars floating around the sky all begin to bounce.
Yeah, it seems kind of tiring.
So,
Well,
what do you suggest that we could do?
That is a tricky one. At this point in time, you guys have seen enough of each other's abilities to sort of piece this together. A, you feel like this one, the easiest way to get through this one might be to come to blows. B, you know a lot of the people in your party are probably strong enough to come to blows with a myth. You have been equating these guys to actual gods, but you would know you guys are in myths, which means these guys are not as strong as the actual gods in the real world. They are fragmented and have only portions of their powers.
well,
Which is my way of saying you guys might have been able to take Celine, so that was a viable option you guys could have chose.
honestly, I don't think we have many options here.
Should we try and take him on?
It sounds
I mean,
tiring, but I don't think we have any options.
I don't really know what else to do here. Like I said, all this mythology shit's outside of my wheelhouse. Spent too much time studying physics instead.
Orpheus will just look down into his backpack. DM, do I see mischief lying in there?
Mischief is actually curled around your wrist right now.
Curled around where did you say?
Your arm.
Just look down at her like, what do you think?
Mischief looks like it wants to fight this god that is eating its own kids.
Well, Mischief says fuck him up, so that's what we do, I suppose.
I'm
Yay,
back. What happened?
Fighting gods.
Demo, they've decided to fight a god.
Awesome. Yes, finally.
Out of game. A lot of these ones I like planned so you guys could use your special abilities to get around. I did want to give Demo a chance to fully just fuck up a guy.
Why not?
I'd like to start with a preemptive punch.
You guys have to go find the god.
And we know where they're at, right?
Yeah,
Generally.
they're on the other side of the world.
Okay, so how long does it take to
And
get there?
I would walk 500 miles,
And I would walk 500
Demo would like to set the world record for the world's longest Superman punch.
I was thinking, you'll take the high road and I'll take the low road and I'll kick
Okay.
God's arse before you.
No. I imagine that this won't take too long. So, in lieu of that, would any of you guys like to help Demo punch this god in some way?
I would just stand back and watch the beauty unfold.
Yeah.
In a story, like try to buff him in any sort of way.
Yeah, you guys can try and buff him.
And I enchant him with better strength or speed or something. How do buffs work in this system?
That would either be brawn or grit. It's describe what you're trying to do here.
I'm trying to envelop his body in light so that... Actually, this might be more useful. Can I kind of, envelop him in healing magic so that he doesn't have to worry about being, damaged while he's doing this?
That is a grit roll.
I've got 2 in defense, so what would I roll if I wanted to, say, put, a shield enchantment on him to make him more durable? Or reduce the incoming damage?
Defense isn't a stat.
Yeah, I know. It's a school. I've got 2 ranks from that class, though. So what would I roll for that?
What did you choose to increase? Are you trained or studied in fight?
Yeah, I got a +2 in fight, so I guess I'll put it there.
With curiosity, question, what could we increase something when exactly? Because I have a +1 to 2.
You have a +1. Oh, do you have the thing where your adversity tokens add is 2? You have defender.
No, I don't. I was thinking, was it a class thing because I had 2 number 1s outside of 2 classes?
Let me see. You haven't been in long enough for me to give you Historia and Orpheus haven't been in long enough for me to give you guys marks, I don't think. But they happen after some sessions. I haven't done them in a tiny bit, mainly because, you guys haven't been attending classes for a bit. You've been at a funeral.
At a funeral, mainly in detention.
Yes.
Alright, that's a 10 for my grit roll.
Grit. That, let's see, this is, enchantment, so it's wider than this. It's a person, so that's 3. 8. Probably only a few minutes, so 9. And you've never seen it cast before.
Wait, what have I never seen cast before?
A enchantment healing spell.
Oh, okay.
So the DC for this would have been a 14.
Alright, I don't even think I have enough adversity tokens to do that.
I've got 2 ideas for a shield spell if you fuck this up, so...
At this point, by the way, Orpheus will pass the water bottle around and ask them, maybe this will help you guys as well? It's worth trying.
Oh, god damn it. What'd you get, Fox? No, don't tell me yet. Okay. So, you get really close to forming this spell, but it doesn't look like you're quite there yet. As you go to add this enchantment in. I will say, however, did you roll your magic die?
I did.
Add your common sense die in.
15 in total now.
Okay, that makes it. As you go to surround Demo with this brilliant light, something spooks you just a bit. As you can see your magic flicker from white to black, white to black, white to black, and then it stays on black as it crawls around Demo's appendages, almost making his limbs look like they're on fire, like a black flame has ignited them, and something changes in the spell. It goes from a protective healing spell to an offensive attack spell. It is not the effect you wanted it to have. It is not, you don't know what occurred to the spell, and you are completely stunned by it.
Well, that wasn't supposed to happen, but I guess it gets the job done.
I suppose he's got rolling with it as the code for the day here. Let's see.
Okay.
Defensive options. Yes. I've got something else I think I could add. I'm just not sure which option I should go for. I could say a defensive spell that maybe won't absorb as much damage, but will redirect as much damage as it can into repowering the spell to keep it active longer. So it'd be a damage reduction, or just do an outright standard shield that'll just redirect the energy back into the attacker. Like if you hit me, you get hurt doing it, sort of deal. But that probably wouldn't last as long as the other one. Alternatively, create some kind of reverse gravity well or something around him that would just force punches to go and attacks to warp around him. But that would be combining into space stuff, and I probably don't want to fuck with that inside of a pocket dimension. I don't fully understand, so A or
that
B?
Is fair. I will say for the second effect, which might be a little bit easier since you've been dealing with space stuff, so kinetic energy and energy moving through space is a little bit easier for you to maintain. That would be either a grit, a brawn, or a brains roll. You can choose. The DC for it would be
question.
17.
Was this for the one that would mitigate damage while redirecting the energy that does absorb to keep the spell active longer, or is this the one that would take the hit and just redirect the energy back into the attacker?
Redirecting the energy back into
that would be the simpler one to do?
That would be the simpler, and it's 17 for the DC for that.
Oof. Okay, well, Brawn's a D4, so that's probably out. Grit is a D6 with a magic D6, gives me the best opportunity to explode, and then I have a D20 in Brains, which I can hit it with a single roll.
Okay.
What do you guys think, Brains or Grit?
Brains.
Okay. Going with the Brains roll, no stat bonus. Oops, forgot that magic die. Change that to magic die, and then no extra additional bonuses, right?
Yeah.
Submit. That's a 15. You said I needed a 17 to get it to work?
You needed a 17 to get it to work.
I can dump one adversity token, and if anybody can give me a little bit of a hand, we can get it right on the money.
Yeah. How much do you need?
One token. I can dump one, taking me to 0.
I will say, Orpheus did say they were doing this, passing the bottle of water around. That gives someone an extra adversity token.
Fair enough,
if anyone felt comfortable just downing salt water, go for it.
Yeah, I thought I said that I drank some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Historia gets an adversity token, and Winslow also gets an adversity token from the magical fresh water. I did say that.
Yeah, which I will then add to the one adversity token I already have to spend the 2. I need to make it a 17, and now Demo can have a few of the hits he takes redirected back into his attacker. I'm not sure how long that's going to last.
Do you want to describe how this barrier looks around Demo?
I'm going to say that it probably starts with like just some standard just like light energy just kind of molds around his form and adapts to him and then just fades, but like if anything like touches him or the breeze blows or something, it'll kind of shimmer in that spot.
Yeah.
You might feel a little bit of the reverse force coming back off of it because, you know, Newton, but
I'll say,
yeah.
because you're going brains for this, you start doing the calculations for this in your head. The calculations for force, how to redirect it, force traveling over a distance, blah blah, power, blah blah.
Yeah, and
notice the symbols and numbers begin to pop out of your head, almost dancing, whimsically, as if to tune. Start floating around Demo, and then like the light is a lattice barrier that starts forming around him with these formulas and symbols spawning around it, as if ready to almost change the mathematics, as if reality right now is your plaything, and the math you have done is enough to change it so you can redirect that force.
okay. A little flashier than my usual style, but we'll go with it.
As Demo, while you're getting closer to the Feywild, so your magic is starting to do a little bit of weirder stuff for you.
Yeah, I'm usually not this flashy.
Yep. Demo, what did you roll?
I rolled a 68.
God damn.
Jesus.
How the fuck?
I exploded on a D20 twice. So, yeah, I rolled a 68.
What are you using to roll? Where can I get your luck?
It happens every once in a while, but sometimes I get tremendous luck. But I'm using some dice that a friend of ours got me, which are proven to be extremely lucky for me.
Fun.
Way to die, calling it now. Let's get the salt water and test them.
Okay.
I'm picking at you.
I didn't think they would be able to defend against it. But you guys power up Demo as you see, Demo, would you like to describe, what you're going to do here?
Okay, how much freedom am I given with this?
Of all of the freedom.
You rolled a 68, what do you think?
Okay.
I will say, as you pop up towards the sun god, you notice that it that he forms a sun barrier in front of him that looks like, instead of defending him, it's meant to scorch you. So he's trying to stop you by doing damage to you.
Okay. So you guys see Demo, he's not even like running or anything. He basically teleports from his current location to where the sun god is. And you just see the light barriers and everything that are around him, they go black. And you see tiny specks show up in them, almost as if Demo himself has become the galaxy. And you see a nebulous star form as his fist, and it starts to swirl, and it eats everything around it as Demo raises his fist and slams it into the sun god.
As you slam your fist into the sun god, A few things will happen. First off, Orpheus can make that roll. DC 25 is very hard. The DC will go down.
What kind of a roll did you say?
Brains. Okay. As you go in with this nebulous star and this black flame surrounding your ligaments, you notice it consume your star. Combine with is a better term. As the cosmic energy that you are showing with your punch, just at the very ends of it, gets that like odd sort of horrific energy that you've seen before, almost as if the flame surrounding your arm shines with colors that no mortal should ever see. Luckily, your friends are far too far away to see it. Consuming the star barrier that this god has formed in front of him, almost as if you're using his own energy to attack the god itself. You punch him, and instead of hitting a body, you notice he begins to shatter and fracture and almost start to disintegrate, surprised at what is occurring, unable to mouth any words. As Orpheus, you forget about the sun god in this myth that you knew. And in your hand, Demo, is the shard of this moon, as all of you guys are once again consumed by black void. Well, that happened.
3 down, 2 to go.
It's always fun to kill a god.
What god?
Yeah, what? Did I miss something?
Well, you just didn't see him go full One Punch Man.
I thought that the god would erase from our memories because it no longer exists.
So what you guys remember is Demo punching the air for some reason. This moon goddess never mentioned her husband, never mentioned the sun god eating her kids. But Demo seemed to have recognized something. Historia, you helped him for some reason, along with Winslow.
So do all of us not remember it, or just those two?
The air and took out the moon shard from the air.
So none of you guys remember it. Does Demo remember it still?
You guys remember him essentially breaking reality and grabbing that moon shard. Demo, you remember him. He's your prey now. There's no way you wouldn't remember him.
Awesome.
So you did something incredibly awesome and you're the only one who remembers.
You guys...
And how no one will believe you when you talk about it.
You guys saw him shatter the sky.
Like, you killed a god as an undergrad and no one remembers.
The weird thing is that protection spell would still be up on him, wouldn't it? Because he never took a single hit in that fight.
He actually did, sort of. Your spell added the god's defensive charm to Demo's attack.
Oh wait, so you're saying this thing basically had a dead man switch, and the dead man switch retro basically just backfired and made him ultra dead.
Yeah, blew
Dear
from
Lord.
existence. And you get a small hint of solar energy in your magic.
Alright.
Hmm.
Well,
So, basically, we just reduced the bitch to Hawking radiation, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, 100% yes.
God
We went
damn.
completely Oppenheimer on that guy. That.
You guys might have went a bit over, Kellen.
We
This
just
has
went
been
a
a
tiny
fun
bit
day.
Oppenheimer. That's completely normal.
we just did a little bit of trolling, it's fine.
Just out of curiosity, do I still have the magic enchantment on the glasses?
I forgot about that. Yeah. Your enchantment reveals a few things to you. One, Fey energy all around. Two,
Mm-hmm.
Demo is slightly coated in celestial energy, and you can see some of that celestial energy disintegrating fully into nothingness. It is a celestial energy very similar to the moon goddess that you guys were just talking to not a few seconds ago. Three, you would have also known that Selene, while a goddess of the moon, did not look like she had a lot of offensive magic about her and was a lot more talk than she was bite.
And so I'm guessing this is probably enough to put together that somebody used to be there and they got punched so hard we can't remember them.
Yes, that is a fair deduction that Winslow is able to make after knowing Demo for the longest out of the people in this group.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
So, I think we just violated the information paradox.
Yeah, doesn't really matter.
Demo's gonna
Anyway,
look at
where are
Winslow.
we now?
And you're gonna see a massive smile on Demo's face as he puts the opera mask back on, and I hope the grin becomes bigger on that mask.
The mask, it no longer has any grin or frown.
Damn it.
But instead now you can see that like portions of the mask have tinted black. But that is all you see.
Okay.
As you guys are falling once again into this abyss, the next portion of the shattered glass forms another moon surface underneath you. There you will see a beautiful young Asian woman staring down longingly at the sitting next to a large white rabbit who is pounding rice flour. And if anyone is able to name this myth, I won't even have you roll to know it.
Is this the one about like the Jade Emperor that took a rabbit to the moon?
No.
Fuck.
It's the one from Dragon Ball. You remember the guy who could turn people into carrots?
The fucking... Oh, I thought it was like some myth. This is when Goku sent the fucking rabbit to the moon.
It's based off of an actual myth.
Oh yeah, but...
This
is where Goku sent the rabbit to the moon with the power pole?
Yeah.
I was thinking Alice in Wonderland, and you said the rabbit was making rice balls.
Someone said it.
Yeah, Goku sent the rabbit to the moon with the fucking
No,
power
Shanghai.
pole.
Yeah, Shanghai. Chinese mythology.
Oh.
She does have a white rabbit pal, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, you see a beautiful young woman on the moon, looking longingly down at the earth. Yeah, she has a white rabbit.
Yeah, she does. Special shout out and thank you to my Chinese family members for constantly reminding me of the Lunar New Year. Thank you.
But Orpheus, you know this as the myth of Shangar. Would you like to explain to everyone what the myth of Shangar is?
I know very little about it. I just know when the date is.
Okay. You know that Shangar is an immortal who whose husband, Goyu, was a famous archer. And due to killing one of the Jade Emperor's sons, because the son was going on a rampage, and the Jade Emperor was like, stop him to an archer, and then was like, you shot my son to stop him? Which, all sorts of logic, but I guess. Due to that transgression, he and his wife were thrown out of the Jade Palace, and their divinity was stripped from them. This looks like it's at the end of the myth, after Shangar has mistakenly taken the elixir, which makes her immortal again, but Hui is still down there as a mortal.
Isn't that the legend of the Jade Emperor?
There's multiple legends of the Jade Emperor. The
Jade Rabbit specifically.
Maybe, probably, but the name I know for this one is just the Legend of Shangar, who is the female that is currently on the moon.
Okay, gotcha.
But she's the reason people make moon cakes for Lunar New Year.
I would say the Jade Rabbit is fair because I think that is how the rabbit, like the white rabbit, was presented.
Yeah, I think because in the myth, she finds this rabbit that has jade colored fur or something, and then she decides the rabbit is the bravest creature in existence and carries it to the moon for some reason.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Well, Chinese history is fucking weird, man.
Listen, I know a lot of myths. I don't know all of them.
All I know about Chinese history is China's broke again, and now it's whole again.
All I know about China's history is that their history apparently tells stories of magical wizards that shot lasers out of their eyes.
Yeah, I just know the Bill Wurst video and the meme of China breaking.
Fun fact, in Chinese culture, Xiang'er is way more known for being the name of the Chinese space program, and no one knows why. Imagine if everyone just said, oh, Apollo 13, Apollo, what the hell is an Apollo?
Alright, anyway, moving along.
Yeah.
But she does not seem to have noticed you guys, as she looks down at the Earth.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Xiang'er?
Oh, hi there. Oh, you know my name?
I've read about you. Once, twice.
Oh, well, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Shangar. I'm the goddess of the moon. What is such a young group of students doing here?
Trying to get off this version of the moon back to our version of Earth.
Historia pinches the bridge of her nose again and re-explains the story for the fourth time.
Yes.
It becomes more fun the more you do it.
Every time, man. She's just getting more tired of explaining this.
I feel like at a point in time, probably on the moon last time, while Dima was getting ready to deck that guy, you probably would have written down on an index card this entire thing, showing that you'll have to do it at least 2 more times.
She has like a written speech to give.
I imagine Historia falling through the sky, passively aggressively writing on a post-it note.
Good lord.
So, yeah, that about sums up our situation.
Oh, well, that is unfortunate if I do say so. I do know the shard of which you guys speak, but you guys seem magically inclined, so would I be too forward in asking you all a favor?
What's the favor?
You see, my husband, we were attacked by bandits, and I drank this elixir. Well, he gave it to me to make me immortal, to save my life, but it forced me to be away from him. I would very much appreciate it if you guys could find a way to reunite us.
So we go to Earth and bring him here, or take you to Earth with us to find him? Dealer's choice, I guess?
We're all rather magical. I don't think he'll be able to survive on the moon unless he himself is immortal again.
So,
We're mortal and surviving here.
Debatable, first off. But she did mention that you guys are all magical.
well, do you know how to make this, like, elixir that he gave to you?
I don't know. He journeyed very long and far to find it. Everyone give me a brains roll.
Yes, my favorite type of roll.
Magic
Wait a
or
minute.
no?
DM,
Winslow,
what
you
house, what sort of college were we in again? What was the name of the dormitory?
Winter.
Aw.
Winslow, you can actually, you know what, I know there's no actual mechanic for this, fuck it, you can give it to me with advantage.
Okay. Do I add my magic die?
Yeah, you can add your magic die both times, because this is something in your backstory that you specifically would have, yep.
No, let's just crit fish, nope.
Fucking 25 works.
I think I exploded.
Oh, wow, you did. You got a 5.
Alright, look, I only need to explode like 4 more times. I got this.
You can do it, I believe
Believe in
it.
yourself. Never surrender.
Orpheus, Demo, and Historia, you can all take adversity tokens. The roll for this was full on 20. Winslow,
I would have
you
hit
had
you
the
4
foresight
times.
to look in the back of your goddamn textbook, and you know how to make an immortality potion.
Oh, so yeah, I've just got like the whole, like I just got the e-reader version of it on my phone. I scanned it.
Yes.
It was like, wait a minute. I pulled the phone out. Oh wait, numbers. I always forget that.
you
Type in like last
never-
page.
You never thought you'd be able to make this, because one of the portions of this potion, lo and behold, is a solar flare from the sun.
And the thing that... Wait, so question. With the thing that Historia received as a gift, the solar flare necklace, would that help?
You've received 2 things as a gift. A solar flare from the sun and a necklace that gives you a +1 when you're doing any defensive magic.
So yeah, Historia just kind of grabs out the solar flare. I'd imagine you can grab a solar flare.
It's in a vial.
Okay, so she grabs out the solar flare vial, looks at him, looks at the vial.
Yeah, and I'm kind of like at this point, I'm just like turning the phone around so you can see. Yeah, I wrote this down out of curiosity if I'd ever come across these things, but.
So,
Alright, onward and upwards towards defying the laws of death.
So,
Yay.
you may all write this down as I say it, but there are a few things that you need for the Potion of Immortality. The hardest thing to get is a solar flare from the sun. The fact that you guys got that was really good. Other things you will need are tears from the stars and the juice of one divine peach.
All right. So, Mrs. Oh, sorry, one sec. All right, I'm back.
Okay.
All right. So, Mrs. Goddess. So basically, we need 2 more things to make a potion of immortality for your lover. We already have one of them, but how would we obtain tears from the stars and the juices of one divine peach?
Don't suppose peaches are in season up here, are they?
As you give her hope, you will see a tear fall from her face.
I'm gonna catch it!
Zero, give me a flight roll.
Flight roll.
Can I do like a flight roll to magically catch it?
What was the DC?
Demo did say it first. The DC was higher than that. DC's 10.
2 people trying is better than 1.
Adversity tokens.
Yeah, we can both die
adversity
for
tokens
it.
for this.
I have 12 at the moment. How many do you need?
So you also said you were going to catch it, so you can give me a flight roll, DC 10, magic die.
Alright, so I have a magic die, and I get a +1, and boop, that's a 12.
It exploded.
You manage to catch the tear from this goddess of the moon, or tears of the stars, in a invisible, in like a holographed petri dish.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's like a little hologram graphic thing. Yeah, that's cool. I have an idea. We're on the moon, right? Could I just pull up like some of the regolith and harden it into like a container?
Yes.
Cool. And then just set that down. We have tear to bowl.
Are you doing magic for that?
Would it be hard to just pull some regolith up and just like harden it into a ceramic dish to hold the tear?
Yeah, probably.
I'm just gonna hold it in place then and wait for somebody with a jar.
Historia, alright, Historia reaches into her bag again. I spend an adversity token. What do I get from the magical backpack this time?
You get a vial that is able to hold magical ingredients without contaminating.
Seriously, what is with this backpack? The vial and puts the tear inside.
As you pull it out, you will notice that the tendrils of darkness at the bottom of your backpack seem to not want to let this one go a bit, but after a little bit of pulling, you get it out.
I need to stop taking things from this backpack.
Wait,
Maybe try putting things in it once in a while.
was that dark tendrils coming out of your backpack and you saying we are the weird ones?
I never said I wasn't weird, just that you're all weird too.
I'm not sure how to express the magical equivalent of my arms getting tired, but would you mind?
Oh, yeah, sure. She gets the tear in the vial.
And then I just release the hold.
If you guys would like, I know that peaches are in season for the Jade Emperor at this time of year. But I don't imagine he would give up one of his divine peaches so willingly.
You're a god, ain't you? Pretty sure he'd give you one if you ask.
Did your friends not tell you about how I got into this situation?
I was more the physics guy than the y'all story guy.
It was kind of thrown out. It was the whole thing.
Oh, bad blood,
You
right?
might not want to mention my name if you go to ask him for the divine peaches.
Right then, so everybody wants something. What's his price?
The Jade Emperor is occasionally a rather fickle person. I don't know if you would have anything that he wants, and I wasn't a high enough ranking member of the court to know what he would want.
Problems that he has that if we solved would might entitle us to a reward.
Well, the problem he had was that his son was being a bastard, and my husband stopped him, and he threw us out of the court. I'm sorry, I'm a bit touchy about that.
I mean,
It's
not
fine.
that kind of problem. Like, I mean, that's something we can't do anything about. I mean, like a different
Winslow.
problem.
Winslow, you're very smart, but you're not great at conversation.
We could kill him.
Yeah, I'm better at business deals than this,
We could try to seek
This
out the
venture.
Jade Emperor and request an audience and see if he could tell us what you needed.
I mean, you could also, and I'm not advocating for this at all. He doesn't have to know that you took it.
That's our plan B, don't get me wrong.
I mean, that's always plan B.
I think we should make it plan A.
Yeah, that seems like a good plan A.
I mean, I could steal it.
To do both at the same time.
Yeah, let's go steal it. Let's go have some people go in and distract him while someone else goes to steal a peach.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so
Because
distraction
we have to
team.
translate royalty again.
Alright, so we need distraction team, thief team, and watch out team because you do need eyes that are outside of the whole event.
I think I can blend into shadows if you guys want me to just steal it.
I
Sure,
can
I'll
be
put on
very
a distraction.
distracting.
I can stay on lookout. I hear most things.
Hey guys, can I impersonate royalty again? It was so fun the last time.
You've done this before.
Yes.
By the way, this is the first time where he has openly confessed to that whole Charles Winston situation.
Alternatively, I'm gonna look over at her. It's like, this is a Chinese thing. What's the Lunar New Year right now? Which animal?
Right now,
The tiger.
Yeah.
23?
Lucky, you know what it should be. The tiger.
God, I can't be that narcissistic.
Yes, you can. We were born on the year of the tiger. So.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, what's the current lunar animal year? I know that's a thing because if it happens to be
I think
rabbit,
it might be the
then
rooster, but give me a second to check.
yeah. Well, like, relative to this situation, what would it be? Because I mean, I'm not expecting it to be the same
You know
as
what?
what
Fuck
it
it.
is now.
Let's make it the rabbit.
Yeah.
I
I mean-
believe in February it's changed to the dragon actually.
Okay, dragon.
It changed from rabbit to dragon in February.
Okay. So it's the dragon down there right now. Did I disconnect? Did everybody go quiet?
No.
No, it was
No.
all quiet.
No.
Yeah, like
Okay, so
an in-game Orpheus would have no clue.
yeah. So I'm just kind of asking her. I was like, wait, do you guys do the New Year thing with the each year being a different animal yet? I don't know when they started it. I just know it's a thing.
I think weird because this myth is the entire reason why we have a lunar cycle. Like the whole Mid-Autumn Festival is from that.
Are crows
What? Again?
native to China?
Again, physics student. I just know what I've seen.
Question: Are crows native to China?
Give me a second.
Yeah, because I'm a rabbit. If it's the rabbit year down there, that could be an in if he's respectful of this tradition.
I don't think they're native to China.
The collared crow, or Crovis torquatus, is native to China.
Huh.
I look at my crow
They have
familiar for
like
context.
a white ring around their neck, which
I
is
look
why
at-
they're called the collared crow.
I look at my crow familiar for a second. If I drew a collar on him, could I have him steal the peach?
As you say that, you will see a brimming light burst forth from him as the feathers around his neck turn white like a collared crow.
Yeah, it's actually not a terrible idea to use the familiar. Speaking of which,
Orpheus
I
just
have
looks
no
down.
idea where James is. I'm just gonna start looking in my coat and pockets and see if he's anywhere, or if he's
James is
Yeah, is he here?
nowhere to be found.
Oh, I guess he's with Rotten Bartholomew.
Ron
Orpheus just looks
Bartholomew.
down at his black snake and be like, "Oh, damn it!"
Ron Bartholomew pokes out of the neck hole of Demo's shirt.
So I look over and go, "Hey, you seen James?"
He just shakes his head no. He is chewing on a full slice of pizza.
You have any more of that?
He looks down into Demo's shirt and says no.
Damn.
And then immediately takes out another slice of pizza.
Yeah, I get the message. That's your pizza now.
He waited for 2 sessions for you guys to take that from me.
So anyway, are we on Operation Stealth Crow?
Yeah.
All right. How do we get the crow to Earth?
Flying?
Oh, the Jade Emperor is not on Earth.
Where is he?
Oh shit, I should probably... Is the Jade Emperor in, like, a sky palace?
He's in a
right.
celestial palace. It's a completely different realm.
Yeah, oh shit. But she would probably still have access to be able to go there. She will open up a portal to the celestial realm.
All right.
I can keep this open up for about an hour before he notices, so you just have to get everything done by that time.
How do I make myself look like a traditional Japanese woman? Or, sorry, Chinese woman. I forgot which country this is.
She will snap her hands as all of you guys get a magical makeover into traditional Chinese garb.
Stealth mode engaged.
Also, I just did a quick Google search. I'm kind of confused here because the snake or serpent in Chinese mythology is incredibly lucky.
Yeah.
But black is incredibly unlucky, and black cats, black snakes are shunned.
Yes. So white snakes are seen as incredibly lucky, and because of them, they're like seen as symbols of healing and prosperity.
Good harvest.
You're a black snake, so Mischief is unfortunately undergoing mythological racism.
That name is incredibly well chosen at this moment.
Yes.
Alright, well, let's get going. She can only keep it open for an hour, so we have to be a little bit quick.
Got it.
Speedrun stealing shit. Got it.
I'm sorry, Mischief, but you have to stay in the backpack just a little bit.
Jet, you're up. I believe in you.
Give me a flight roll DC. Ooh. DC 20.
Can I add my magic die or my common sense die to this?
You can add your common sense die.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Fuck it. You can add both.
Yay. Alright, that's a 12 for everything originally. I need 4 more. I will spend 4 adversity tokens.
Okay. You said you were gonna coat yourself in shadow to achieve this, right? So
yeah. I'm basically cloaking myself in shadow, and then when I get close enough, I'm sending Jet, my crow familiar, to grab the peach and sneak us both out.
Yeah. You manipulate the shadow around you as it grows, almost creeping around you. You've been using your powers for like a significant amount of time now. So I think at this point in time, it doesn't escape you that in like the periphery of your vision, you can almost see red eyes in the shadows around you. But you fight the urge to like look at those things because you know that you're in pretty dangerous territory here.
Like a horror movie, as soon as you turn around to look at it, that's when it attacks you.
You get a feeling that that's the case. And you send your crow to get one of these brilliant, succulent, ripe peaches. As it brings it back for you.
Good job, Jet. Now come on, let's get out of here.
It doesn't take that long for you to get back and for the portal to be closed. Now, I will need all of you guys to give me... Oh, do any of you guys have brewing tools for potions?
Nope. I have, like, standard, mundane, basic muggle tools, like in my coat pockets, because I always keep some of that on hand.
All right, magical backpack to the rescue. I feel like I'm overusing this.
Yeah, I guess when the tendrils were getting grabby last time. That's my theory anyway. You're welcome to borrow it.
Well,
I think honestly Orpheus would have a standard supply of like vials for collecting different things. Would you have a full-on brewery kit? Most likely not.
what classes is she taking?
We could just ask the lady.
Historia's taking a charms class. Is that considered potions?
Nope, there's a whole potions class.
Has anybody just considered asking the lady who we're making this for? If she has that stuff just laying around? I mean, we may not have to be digging through our bags and kludging something together. At all.
Excuse me, Mrs. Moon Goddess lady?
Yeah.
Do you have, like, something we can use to brew a potion? I'd rather not reach into the Chamber of Secrets again.
I don't know exactly what you guys need. Do you need anything to distill it? Do you need,
I'll just turn to the page in the book that describes this and just hand her the phone so she can read it. I'll translate it to Chinese if I have to.
She will look at what you guys need, and she pulls out, it's not a witch's cauldron, but it is something that can function as such, and a few brewing apparatus. But there's one, there's one or two items that you guys need that she doesn't have. And that is some way to make fire.
I can do that.
We have Demo.
Demo can do that. And also, it needs a special vial to contain it.
We have the magic bag. Oh wait, isn't the vial that we got the tear in? Can we just reuse that?
That is for components, but this needs a specific vial for potions.
I think
What is
Orpheus
the-
would most likely have that on hand.
By chance, is this vial made from moon regolith? Because we could just... That's what's on hand. If we have to fabricate, I'm going for, like, plan D here.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
I said, unless we can make the vial out of moon regolith, I don't know what else we could do if we don't have one on hand, because fabrication becomes the only option if we don't have one, right?
I'd really rather not have to use the backpack again, so I don't suppose we can find it.
Orpheus, you got anything?
He's just rummaging through the backpack, gently pushing aside mischief. He just gives it his like she just fell asleep. What the hell are you doing, mate?
give me a... What would a preparedness check... You know what? Just roll a d20. Let's see if you stole this from the potions class.
I didn't steal. I
Acquired.
Borrowed.
Without asking.
borrowed.
You borrowed it without asking.
I'm gonna say...
That's a nat 20.
Holy shit!
Damn it. Yeah, you have it. You stole like 5 of them. You borrowed 5 of them.
Just casually hands out an entire potion set, like, I was going to make a smoke bomb out of this, but I suppose this is as good a time as any.
Well, as long as we're at this, who's the best at doing this sort of thing? I've got the book and the instructions here, and we have all the ingredients.
Potions is a brains-based activity. The DC for this is going to be high. You guys can do a group check, which is all of you guys combining your brains rolls into one group effort, though it does raise the DC if you're doing a group check. So, like, it might be, I don't know, 20 for someone alone to do it. It might be like 40 for the entire group to do it.
How many adversity tokens do we have, like, just kind of meta talking here?
6.
12.
0.
Wait,
So
you had
I got 0,
12?
you got 12.
Yeah, I had a lot of bad rolls this game, okay?
Oh yeah, fair
Okay.
enough. I have 6.
Who else has any? 12, okay, so that's 18. Any else? Any others floating around?
Wait, are we all rolling?
No.
How many adversity tokens do we all have total as a group?
Let me check.
Now we got a 12, a 6, and a what?
I have 6 left.
Does Percy
Okay.
have any? You know, the person who's been with us this whole time?
Yeah,
shit.
Percy, actually, Percy and, Want's character, Theo, you guys have not noticed with you guys this entire time.
Oh.
Yeah.
You guys sort of just didn't mention it.
Shit. Okay, so we have at least 18 adversity tokens between the group of us. I've got a d20 brains. Does anybody else meet that or beat that with a stat bonus or a high magic die?
D20 as well. No, sorry, that's charms. I have a D12.
I do not have D20.
Okay. So the best 2 options for brains is the d12 or the d20, depending on how much we want to increase our odds of exploding, which is a gamble. And that's for a solo.
Mechanic-wise, it sounds like the best thing to do is have Winslow roll and then everyone else prepared to help him.
Yeah, the alternative would be to let the d12 roll and have a higher chance of explosion, but that's only a slightly higher chance. It's not even 50%.
I mean, we have 100% chance of at least a 12 with
Yeah.
the adversity tokens, and I don't see the possibility of exploding twice.
And since
Fair enough.
this is potions, chemistry, it sounds like Winslow might be able to use multiple stuff here.
Right,
AKA
well,
Winslow's probably your best bet.
Yeah, agreed.
okay then. Just got to make sure it's the smart decision, because this is, I don't know what we're going to do if it fails, and we can't recover. Yeah, so I guess I'll just get ready to go to work, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to set the camera on my phone to record, and hand it to, I guess, I don't know, Orpheus, get this.
Yeah, you would know that this would be like super duper extra credit.
It's not even extra credit. I just want proof that I did it if it works, you know?
I just want to know.
And evidence to review to figure out where I fucked up if it don't.
Winslow, please give me a brains roll DC 20.
Alright, adding the magic die naturally, submitting, no bonuses or penalties added, submit. That is a 19.
And you have 1 adversity token from me.
Mm-hmm.
I will also offer up 1 adversity token just because I can.
I'll say you guys could bump this up to a 25 if you want.
I'll offer
Question.
up one adversity token.
That just bumps it up to a 22.
I'll offer up 3 adversity tokens.
That bumps it up to a 24.
I'll give up one more.
Okay. You bump it up to a 25.
I have a
and
question real
you
quick.
Yeah?
When I fail the roll, but with the aid of my tokens and/or the tokens of my peers, do I still take an adversity token for failing the roll?
You do not take an adversity.
Okay, cool, great.
Because you are succeeding in the roll.
All right, cool. I just didn't know if it mattered before or after the actual result.
You don't just manage to produce 1 vial of Immortal Potion. You manage to produce 2.
I'm just gonna grab like another one of Orpheus's flasks and just not intended. Just stick that into my jacket pocket and be like, okay, we have what we need.
Winslow, just drink it.
With the help of your friends, you are focused and like the exact calculations on what you need to do, and this is a really in-depth process of like extracting the juice, pouring a specific amount of the juice in, sprinkling the tear in just a bit, then another portion of the juice, and then the solar flare, and then the last bits of the juice. Making sure that they don't mix until a certain point in time and until the concoctions reach a certain temperature. And throughout it, you are getting helpful tips from your friends as they monitor the temperature, as Historia actually stops you from pouring a tiny bit too much of the tear in. And you manage to succeed in creating 2 of these immortal potions.
Yep.
It is a dark, vibrant, starry purple with flecks of gold and red inside of it.
Ooh, well, once I have that, like I said, I'm taking the extra, I'm putting it into my pocket and standing up, taking the first one, handing it over to the lady for examination, then reaching over to Orpheus and taking back my phone and saying, I'll reimburse you for the second vial when we get back home.
This is it. This is the potion.
Okay, and then I'll just stop recording and put the phone back in my pocket.
Winslow, I know how you can reimburse me when we get back. I took 5 vials from the potion slab, borrowed 5 vials of the potion slab. I'm unmistakably gonna get a detention, you see.
So what you're saying is that we buy some new vials and you could say that you actually found some extras and donate them.
I am saying that I have a fresh, still viable stash of polyjuice back at home, and I would need one of your hairs.
Detention's not that bad. I get cookies in detention all the time.
I mean, honestly, how crowded is it? Because I could use some peace and quiet.
You know, honestly, I don't think I've ever even been to detention in my life.
Detention's awesome. I've been there.
You haven't been to the school.
I've also never gone to school. Like, any school, actually.
Oh, well, detention's a great place
honestly,
where cookies are made and you get to partake in them and someone helps you out with your homework.
Honestly, at this point, I'd just drink the polyjuice potion to look like you and just take the detention to have some peace and quiet.
It would give you plenty of peace and quiet to study.
No, it's not the studying. I have some side projects and contracts I have to work out. I have a professor who might end up being on the board of directors of a company I'm starting. You know, gotta cover the bases.
Yeah, I could definitely help you out. Take all of my detention, all of the detention that you need.
Well, like I said, I'm just offering one. Just one of them. But yeah, get me a potion that makes me look like you, and I'll do one. On
Yeah.
a quiet day when there's not a lot of kids in there.
Yeah.
Alright.
As you guys finish up your conversation, she will hand you a moon cake, which the bunny has been working on for a good while now. A promise is a promise, and I thank you so much for this. You guys are always welcome here. And here is the shard. I was about to eat it before you guys came by, so I'm glad that you came when you did.
Oh, like the cake is the shard?
Demo, in the mask, you can sense that the cake is inside the shard. The shard is inside the cake.
Oh. Are we done here?
Yeah, I'll give this to my, husband myself.
Okay.
Alright.
I'll take
So
the
if we're
cake
welcome
and...
here, hey, if we're welcome here any time, to look down, how would I even put in the coordinates for this place to build a warp spell?
I'm sure we'll figure it
I
out.
don't know the answer to that question. Also, fully, you guys have no idea if you can come to any of these myths ever again. You don't really know about the process that took you here in the first place.
So, I'm gonna take the cake and just look at everyone and it's like, are we done here?
Yep, I believe so.
Okay, I'm
Just
gonna
one
eat the
more
cake.
part to get it, and I can finally take a nap.
I really want mooncakes now, damn.
As Demo eats the mooncakes and you guys are fractured away from the story, you can hear her running down to her husband to offer him the immortal brew. And again, the world goes dark, shattering and fracturing. As beneath you, the last shard appears, but tendrils for a minute. Not tendrils, maybe snakes? Black? No. Flames? No. Here. Human here. Black course, human here, covers the shard. As you can see, one eye peer through the tangled mess of hair, and a large, toothy grin pop up. The eye piercing yellow, almost like an owl eye, as you guys fall into the last shard. And that is where we're going to end the session for today.
All right, yay!
Well,
you guys have one more myth to go. How do you feel about the other four that you went through?
They were pretty good.
Pretty good.
Honestly, I'm not used to having a DM that plans out their sessions so far in advance to the point where having each myth tailor-made, like, for so a specific character would be better at solving the problem. Usually the DMs I have just kind of figure everything out like 5 minutes before the session starts.
Some of it, like, I knew I wanted you guys to interact with a few myths for a while now, so I won't lie. These I researched these myths, several months ago, so I could do them a service when telling them to you guys.
We could have definitely solved the first myth with murder.
You could have definitely solved the first myth by murdering Celine.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty much all up for murdering Jupiter. And pretty much any Roman myth.
I was just about to say any Roman or Greek, take them out, they're creepy.
Except for, like, Hestia. I think Hestia
Hades is okay too, I guess.
Weirdly enough, Hades is like probably the most chill Greek god. Like literally, all he wants to do is vibe in the underworld. He just wants to do his job, man. He just wants to do his job, and nobody will love him.
Yeah.
He just wants his wife to love him like half of the time.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'm gonna head out. I gotta deal with some stuff tonight. But great session. I love you all.